Whoa, what is going on here, huh? There we go. So, go there. See if that looks okay. There we go. There we go, chat. Figured it out. Let's go here. Looks good. All right. I'll take it. Sorry, it took me a little bit. Took me a little bit to figure that out, chat, but we got there. What am I watching? There we go. This is what I want to watch. Perfect. Let me add this on top of it. And beautiful. What's up, Jake from Farm State? Take me off of Earth with this team. Yeah. It has been great so far. First one in. Yep. Jay from State Farm. First one here. Like a good neighbor, huh? What's up, Clip? What's going on, New York sports fan? What's up? What's up, everybody? Unfortunately, I couldn't get Nesson to work today, so we are listening to the game, which will be interesting. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go, chat. Could be good, could be bad. We'll see. I'm not entirely confident in being able to listen and talk at the same time, so you guys are probably gonna have to update me in a little bit. But yeah, for some reason I couldn't get Nesson up. It's not working, which is bizarre. I don't know. I simply don't know, chat. I'll try it again though. I'll just keep the tab open in case they decide to work, which would be fantastic at some point. I wonder if it's because of this Nesson 360 crap. Like I wonder if because Nesson 360 kind of took over, they're not streaming on their website anymore, which would suck. What's up, AJ? Welcome in. Welcome, 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 chat. I'll let them know, sports fans. I mean, to be honest with you, everyone owns the Twins in the postseason. When was the last time they won a postseason series? When was the last time they were in the postseason? Jeez, 2000 what 10 with Mauer and Morneau. Is that the last time they were in there? I mean, seriously, it has to be a while since the Twins were in the postseason. I'm not worried about the Twins. Obviously, the Twins are kicking our butts right now, but yeah, 2002. Everybody owns the Twins in the postseason. So I'm not again like we have a 0.7% chance of making the playoffs here, chat. My goal for the rest of the season is to have fun. I love doing these live streams with you guys. I love doing videos for you guys. So we're just have fun for the rest of the season. We're not gonna take everything too hard, you know. We'll obviously be critical of the team. We need to be critical, but you know what I mean? I'm kind of in that mindset now. I've sort of switched. I know it obviously took me a very long time to switch over, but I'm at that point now, I think, where I'm just sort of enjoying, you know. Let's see if we can see some good baseball. What's up, man? Brady, I forgot that you were a mod. Be honest with you. That means you're on perf watch. You've got duties now. I do my phone. There we go. I forgot I accepted. Yeah, you showed up on here, and I was like, oh, that's right. I existed. I didn't forget you existed. Oh, you forgot you existed. That makes more sense. Brains cooked. Sox alternating to win an odd number this year. What do you mean? For some reason, the Yankees can't seem to beat the Red Sox, no matter how injured they are. I'll never forget watching Game 7 of the 2004 ALCS, worst day of my life. Tell you what, New York sports fan, that was one of the best days of my life. So, yeah, I mean, Red Sox Yankee games are always a ton of fun to watch. What do you think about the new kid they called up from AAA? You talk about Zach Kelly. I love him. He's been an absolute. His changeup, Zach Kelly's changeup looks disgusting. I want to see kind of what he does with it. I'm very excited to see what kind of how he develops at the major league level. If he can continue having outings like this, I don't think the Red Sox will pass him up in free agency. Wouldn't I want to see Tristan Cassis up in the majors for the end of the season? Yeah. They actually Alex Cora on radio today said that there's a very strong possibility he gets up here at some point. Baltimore calls up Henderson, but we can't call up Cassis. Difference between us and Baltimore is we're not pushing towards the playoffs anymore. Yeah, the changeup is disgusting. Who Cass is coming up tomorrow? I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, we get what? We get 2 call-ups tomorrow, which would be great because that'll actually be something nice to cover besides the Red Sox losing another series. Um, my prediction for tomorrow will probably be Wong and one other person, probably Frank Germain, but I could also see him DFAing a couple of guys. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Brazier gets DFA'd um, tomorrow. That wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Familia oops, sorry. If Familia it gets DFA'd tomorrow, because to be honest with you, there were a couple great points made on Twitter. Sock South, who's a great follow on Twitter, by the way. Um, he also talked about the fact that why are we watching these sort of journeyman veterans at this point, right? It's not like these journeyman veterans are helping us get to the postseason or helping us get into a better position for next season. So, what are we doing? Why wouldn't we just call up these young guys, see if these guys can be a legitimate component in 2023? Why are we sitting here watching these guys? You know? Did someone already talk trash about Brazier? Nope, you're going to be the first one. Can't believe we got rid of Sawa before instead of Brazier. I was actually shocked about that too because Salmore has been real. You guys know how I feel about Salmore. If you've been here the entire season, you know exactly how I feel about Salmore. But he's been much more reliable than Brazier. I don't understand why Brazier's still on the team. To be honest with you, I agree. Co-creating it's an entirely different. It's an entirely different atmosphere than any other game. What's up, Jack? Better win. Why? You got money on the game, Derp? Yeah, the moves that the Red Sox have made, I get the I also, but I don't fully understand the Austin Davis stuff because he had such a good start to the season. Like to give up on him that fast made no sense to me because obviously a team was going to pick him up. But yeah, Sal Mora should have been down a while ago. He was great on the road, and we do have him for next year, Brady. It's not like he's gone. Austin Davis is the guy who's gone. He got picked up by the Twins today. We'll probably see Austin Davis in this game. Yeah, Sal Moore. Yeah, so yeah, I saw that too. With Sal Moore was close to getting his innings bonus, so they brought him down, so they didn't have to pay him, which is also kind of shady, if you ask me. A little shady. I feel the Red Sox are the biggest chance of stealing Judge from a sadly grew up Red Sox fan. Look at his old tweets for y'all self. Yeah, now New York, I would put the Red Sox have too much to figure out with internal players. I think before they go out and they get Aaron Judge. Legit, I think the Red Sox will be players in Aaron Judge for sure, but I don't think it'll be like a legitimate like we're gonna get him. We are going to get Aaron Judge. I think the Giants are your biggest competition right now. The Giants are the Mets for Aaron Judge, 100% because the Mets will do it just as a big fu. I think Cohen would do that just to say, look, we got the Tower of New York. Um, and the Giants have been looking to go big for a long time now. They were pretty in on Correa. They're ready. They're ready to spend some money. They have the money, and then they haven't been able to spend it because they've been out on like everybody. So yeah, Judge, I think goes to either stays in New York or goes to San Francisco. Why DFA a guy you traded a year before? Yeah, I don't. The Davis one surprised me a lot. I thought it was going to be Brazier and Salamora. I'm surprised it was Davis, but he has been terrible lately. Just terrible. So I wonder if the Red Sox saw something like with his mechanics or with his mentality where they were like, this guy's probably not going to do much here, you know? Davis sucks. Davis didn't suck for a while. Thought it was Sauer that got picked up. No, yeah, it was Davis who got picked up on the Mets. Kind of messed up. I hope he gets his money. Yeah, but I mean, it sucks as a player, but if you're looking at it business wise, it made sense, right? You're already over the luxury tax. Ownership has been vocal about not being happy about being over the luxury tax and having such a terrible team. My guess is they're going to start penny pinching towards the end of this year. Heim Bloom is cheap. He won't get judged. See the Heim Bloom is cheap stuff always interests me. There's a difference between being cheap and being smart with money, right? There's a difference between being like a cheap person and being a frugal person and looking for deals. And that's kind of what Heim Bloom has been doing so far with the Red Sox. The problem is he hasn't made big enough moves for the Boston market. And that's why people are upset because it's not a Boston market type spending strategy. That's why he gets compared to Tampa Bay so often. But at the same time, too, the idea so far with Heim Bloom has been, hey, let's get expenses down. Let's pick and choose where we're going to throw our money. And let's see if we can be more strategic about where we're going. Because you remember contracts like the Red Sox in the past where they just throw big money at guys because they're big names. And um, that's sort of where this whole mentality when Heim Bloom came in was as a front office, we're going to start making more strategic spending moves as opposed to we're going to throw money at big free agents. We're going to get the biggest talent. We're going to see what happens. Right? That's just not the Red Sox way, and that's why I think a lot of us are upset. And the other reason we're upset with Heim Bloom is because um, the other reason I think people are upset with Heim Bloom is because we haven't seen a true plan. We haven't seen what he's been working towards, right? There's no real future with this rotation. If you're talking about guys like Brian Bayo and Cutter Crawford, maybe, but Cutter Crawford got kind of lit up and hasn't been great lately, right? Josh Winkowski hasn't been proven to be a productive big league pitcher yet. So next year, right, the next 2, 3 years, you're looking at Bayo as the star of your rotation. As for the prospects, we need an outfielder. You're looking at maybe losing Xander Bogarts. You need a first baseman, right? So we haven't seen that sort of plan, that future, right, that we're used to seeing with this Red Sox team, and that's why I think a lot of the reason people have been saying Heim Bloom is cheap because they don't see the plan. I'm not saying I do either. I'm just saying that to me, that's the reason I say Heim Bloom's not spending enough. What's up, Ethan? Jay from Sight Blind Bloom has spent money for the Red Sox. He signed Story this offseason. I think the Red Sox should focus on the bullpen because their starting pitchers ain't bad, to be honest with you. Yeah, our starting pitching isn't bad, but none of them are under contract, so it's gonna have to be Alex Verdugo just does not get out anymore. It's absolutely insane. He's made some real bonehead moves these last 2 games, but he just simply doesn't get out. Um, you don't think he'll spend 340 million plus? I think for the right player, he will. We're just gonna have to see it though. What is the country looking like in 2023? There's another hole that needs to be fixed, right? You said it. He's frugal rather than cheap. Yeah, yeah. Is Trevor Story worth the money then? I think he will be for at least 3 to 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing Trevor Story make a transition to a huge market, right? Colorado, no offense to Colorado fans, right? They aren't New York. They aren't Boston. They aren't LA, right? Where every single thing you do is under a microscope. He also had a kid. He also got food poisoning, a shortened spring training. He's learning a new position. There's so many factors that went into this Trevor Story season that we're not going to see for the next 5, 6 years. I think Trevor Story will be a good pickup. That's fair, Frank. Yes, the reported offers Bloom is given to homegrown stars is cheap. Yes, that I can say yes. I would say, but again, too, Scott Boris already said that he doesn't deal with Heim Bloom. He deals with ownership. So I wonder if that's obviously Heim Bloom's going to wear that. And he's the face of that, but it seems like Boris is going above Heim's head and dealing directly with the owners. Who's pitching? It's Joe Ryan for the Minnesota Twins and Michael Waka. How's Story been since he came back? Haven't checked. He's been decent. I mean, He hasn't lit the world on fire or anything, but it's nice to see his base running back. It's nice to see him making hard contact. So I think he'll get back into form. He also said too that he's still sore, he's still feeling it, but he's no longer injured, so he wants to get back out on that field and play. So Evaldi and Pavetta are out next year, right? Who stays? Pavetta we got locked down. The only two in my opinion, the only two surefire rotation pieces that are locked down are, well, actually, technically three, right? If you count Chris Sale, whether or not Chris Sale will be back fully healthy, different conversation. But let's just say he is, right? So you've got Chris Sale fully locked down, you got Nick Pavetta fully locked down. Probably, if I were a betting man, Bayo ends up in that rotation next year. Your mysteries are how do you replace or re-sign Nate Evaldi? How do you replace or re-sign Michael Waka? And who do you have as your fifth starter? So you have three holes in your rotation right now. Two if you're being less generous with how many pitchers you'll need in a regular season. Bloom did what Cashman did. He shouldn't have broken up the 2021 team, in my opinion. I know it seems like I'm a Red Sox fan, but Bloom is Cashman, but Brian will use money. I still think, Heim's kind of been waiting to use money. If Heim Bloom, like Jack said, if Heim Bloom goes into the 2023 season not having killed, and I mean literally people are like, wow, Heim Bloom re-signed Devers. Heim Bloom either re-signed Xander or got a star shortstop. Heim Bloom went out and got a fantastic um, starting pitcher. Heim Bloom went out and he got a legitimate closer, right? That's the level of killing it I'm talking about. I think there's going to be a lot of questions as to what the Red Sox are doing in terms of spending because there's already a ton of talk about the Red Sox not spending. Also, Devers already getting hosed by the home plate umpire. So he's been amazing for us when he's played, but he's really been out. Yeah, I agree. He's been fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, Trevor Story. I think he's still second on the team in RBIs. That's crazy because he was out for so long. Like, if you're looking at average only, yeah, Trevor Story's having a down year, and sure, that makes him a less productive hitter than the average hitter in the MLB. But the impact of his at bats, where he legitimately puts the ball in play, is crazy. If he can up that average a little bit, he'll be probably the second or third best player on this team. Whitlock very likely in the rotation, maybe Hauk too. I don't know if they go Hauk in the rotation anymore. If you allow Hauk, man, Devers is in the funk of all funks, huh? Jeez, he's just not seeing the ball well at all. Not seeing the ball well at all. I want if Devers is truly hurt, just put him on the IL, man. This season does not matter anymore. Put him on the IL. I don't want him hurt for the entirety of this rest of the season. Um, Bloom did what Cashman did. Oh wait, I already read that. Back to that. Whitlock very likely to be in rotation. Maybe Hauk too. If you allow Hauk to focus on just his sinker and his slider, I think out of the bullpen he becomes a more dominant pitcher. I think this kind of the same can be said with Whitlock too, where if you allow him to focus on his sinker changeup, that's where we see him at his most dominant. And you can't really be a two pitch pitcher and be a starting pitcher. So there's kind of an interesting trade off um, as to whether or not those guys should be in the rotation. Do you make them a centerpiece of your bullpen and sort of build around them in your bullpen, or do you make them a centerpiece in your rotation, build around that rotation? There's two different options, and personally, I would like to see Hauk in the bullpen. I think I genuinely, even if it's not in a closer role, I think in a setup role or late inning role, Tanner Hauk can be very very useful and very very elite. Bloom is hired for purpose, go deep and cheap. Yeah, I don't know if fully cheap is the right word. Um, like I was saying, Jay, I think a lot of what Heim Bloom was hired to do was be more strategic with the money. I think that's what he was hired to do, and so far some of those strategies have worked. This year a lot of them didn't. Right? Last year almost all of them worked. So you're kind of at this impasse where it's one way worked well, the same way didn't work well. What do you do from here? Should word it better. I mean, Cashman will throw contract at old players. Bloom isn't bad though. I'm a fan of him. Yeah, yeah. The whole not paying hometown players has been a theme throughout Red Sox history. It's not just Heim Bloom. I'm more mad at ownership for not signing homegrown players than I am with Heim Bloom. But obviously, Heim Bloom has a big part in that. Get down. Ugh. Oh boy, here we go. Devers chasing too much. Yeah, Devers needs to. Evaldi's coming back. I don't know if Evaldi's coming back, man. To be honest with you, Rodrigo, I don't know. Oh, not coming back. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I would say 70% chance he's not back. But then again, who do you go for, right? Carlos Rodon is a free agent. You make an argument for Xander to the IL too. Yeah, both of them need very big days off. Problem is you just don't have the depth to give them the days off. Do I see Pilecki DFA'd and Connor being brought up? I kind of see Connor Wong being brought up in tomorrow for the September call ups. Um, so I don't know if they need the roster spot for Pilecki, but if they truly want to be like, hey, this season, man, it's a wash, which it is. It's a wash. Let's see what these minor league kids can do. The kids that have been knocking on the door, let's see what they can do. Then yeah, Pilecki will probably be in that DFA category. It all depends on what strategy they want to go for. The smart strategy would be, hey, let's get oh my god, let's get Jermaine. There's another guy. Hold on, it'll come to me. Well, there are a couple pitchers. There are a couple relief pitchers that could probably get some work in the major leagues team that just simply have not had an opportunity to. And at this point, if you're looking into 2023, let's use some of those pieces. See if we can get another John Schreiber. See if we can get another Tanner Houck. Right. See if we can get some of those guys into that bullpen. And the only way to do that is the DFA guys. So yeah, Pilecki will probably be on that list if they end up going that route, which I kind of hope they do. I love Pilecki to death. He's been hitting the ball hard lately. Connor Wong's been hitting the ball way harder. And I understand AAA, huge difference, right? Bring the guy up, see what he can do, because that guy's probably going to be on your opening day roster next year. Kevin Pilecki, very much probably won't be. Where do I see Valdi going? Sorry, where do I see JD going? Where do I see JD going? I honestly don't know. I think there's got to be some teams out there, especially in the National League, who throughout this year realized, this whole DH thing, constant DH thing would be kind of look at Trevor Story, dude. I miss Trevor Story so much at second base. It's insane. The level of defense he brings to a field, well, regardless of how well he's hitting, is just nuts. If he played out this full season, he would have won a Gold Glove at second base. Who's gonna beat him? Altuve? But anyways, JD, yeah, I think there's a couple of National League teams who thought they could get away with because rotating DHs do work. They do work for teams, but there are also teams that need that constant stability in their lineup. Like, and I don't think JD's going to be 20 million, 30 million a year. I think when you're looking at JD, you're looking at 12, 13 million, give him a nice 2, 3 year deal. Let him retire somewhere. Even if it's paying 10, 13 million to have just a really good contact guy in the middle of your lineup and a guy who continuously teach younger kids how to do well. Yeah. If the Pirates were a team that spent money during free agency, JD Martinez would be perfect for the Pirates. 2, 3, 4 young guys who truly are developing their craft and becoming hopefully very good baseball players. To have JD in the middle of that lineup as a veteran, as a guy who you could solidify into a spot, that'd be perfect. Unfortunately, the Pirates don't spend money. Houck is good in the bullpen. Yeah, I miss David Price. There were so many times where I was like, "Ah, David Price," and there were other times where I was like, "David Price." David Price was one of those guys who you just never knew what you were going to get out of him. He was always good. I'm not going to say he was always good for us, but during 2018, he really changed a lot of minds. Maybe JD goes to Milwaukee. Yeah, that's not a terrible one either. Yeah, Milwaukee for sure. Um, See, this is it's so hard 'cause I'm drawing a complete blank. JD is certainly there have been no sluggers in Red Sox at all. Yeah, it's been tough to watch lately with the offense. Honestly, with the defense and the pitching as well. Seems like we have such good because we are well, we lost to the Blue Jays, won Tampa, one lost Baltimore, one New York, technically one. So I mean, we're 3 for our last 5 in series. Well, now 4 for our last. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. We're 3 and 3, which is 500 baseball. So that makes sense actually. As long as we don't get swept tonight. JD certainly had a disappointing year by his standards. Yeah, it's been uh, it's been hard to watch JD. Yeah, it's been tough because you're just so used to that menace. That was stung, but right to Tommy Pham, who almost dropped it. Good lord, Tommy Pham's not a great outfielder, is he? I saw where Mookie wanted the Dodgers to try and get Benintendi and JD. A Dodger fan reported on Twitter. I mean, I'm sure he'd love to have him back. I'm sure he'd love to have JD and Benny on his team. Of course he would. So that doesn't shock me at all. But he doesn't make the moves over there in Dodgerville. I don't know where JD would slot in for the Dod. Who's DH for the Dodgers right now? Are they kind of like mixing it up, like Muncy and Lux and Turner, kind of those guys, just cycling in and out. Maybe they do need a solid DH for a couple of years, especially if they don't win it this year. On paper, the offense is excellent. That's the biggest reason this year has been frustrating. Yeah, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. If the Red Sox have gotten out, see, this is a problem with. We were saying this. Sorry, we were saying this in April. We were saying this in April that this bad start from the Red Sox was going to come back and bite them. If they had even a decent April slash May, you're looking at still being in the race right now. Because this type of stuff happens at this point in the year as you start to get injured, you start to try and like fill depth and you're trying to do all this stuff. And this is the time of year where you start to see these people sort of these teams sort of try and go to their depth pieces. But unfortunately, the Red Sox did nothing in April, did nothing in May, and then got injured in July and August, basically, right? Because that's where I mean, July is really where you saw the most of the injuries. July was the Nate Eovaldi was on the IL, Waka was still on the IL, Hill was still on the IL. Sale had that pinky thing. Trevor Story went on to the IL. Strom went on to the IL. Christian Arroyo went back onto the IL. Right, the list goes on and on. If you had just gone into this year and you had instead of being 10 and 19, you were 19 and 10, that's a whole different ballgame. You're 9 games up of where you are now, which puts you into a playoff position. It's even the first couple of months this year become even more frustrating as we finish out this season. Championship teams tend to have an excellent May, June. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even if you get kind of off to a slow start, the goal, even if in April, I can't remember, I think we did play starting April 6th or 7th, maybe 11th, somewhere around there. And so even if you get off to a slow start in that first half of that month, or the half of that month that you play, you can go into May and June and have a fantastic month. If the Red Sox had just taken what they done in June and just extended it by 30 days. I remember that the Red Sox signed James Paxton. Yeah, he probably won't. He won't sniff. He won't sniff a Red Sox uniform. Probably, in my opinion. There's no reason for them to pick up his contract next year. That's kind of what I was talking about with Bloom, right? The strategic. I don't understand how. I mean, 95 is quick, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he's got movement. Maybe Ryan's got movement. I don't know. Um, But that back to the Paxton thing, that's kind of where we saw Heim Bloom's method fail this year, where he went for the strategic money wise option, right? You pay 6 million for James Paxton to rehab for what 6 months in baseball, 5 months in a baseball season. For those months, he comes back, he helps you to a playoff spot, maybe he gets into a good position there. But it doesn't work out. And obviously it's not Heim Bloom's fault. He tore his lat and was slow to get back, but that's one of those misses he had this year, and nothing was ever done. I mean, at some point, like we find out about these injuries and stuff, if it's not in game, way after they happen. The Red Sox know that James Paxton's going to be slow to come back weeks before we know. Weeks. So it's like, at what point, what are you doing to fix anything? Keep Cora, 100% agree. Dodgers can have Benintendi's been disappointing for the Yankees. Can't believe you traded him. I would have rather kept Gallo. There's no way you would have rather kept Gallo. Gallo was statistically the worst Yankees hitter in history during some 500 plate appearances, I think. There's no way you would have rather had Gallo. Yeah, yeah, Paxton was 100% a gamble. Um, yeah, Paxton was a mistake. And not that Paxton was the reason you went over the luxury tax or anything. And you could see kind of what like the mindset behind what you would want from Paxton, especially if this team was carried, which it was supposed to be by its offense. Then you get Paxton back, what, with a month to go, right? You get him in the middle of September and you push towards that top playoff spot, then that makes sense. But it just didn't work out that way. And so that's gonna have to be labeled as a fail for Heim Bloom. The Twins reliever had 101 split finger. That's just insane. Did he really? Durant had 101 split finger. That's nuts. I did not see that. What's the patch record? I have no idea. I don't pay attention to preseason football. It's like preseason baseball, in my opinion. Look at Bobby Dahlbeck had like 300 in preseason baseball. In retrospect, the season ended when Sale broke his finger. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people said that too. And I was like, no, there's no way. Like the Red Sox are still in a playoff position. What are we talking about? It sucks that we don't have Sale, but we went the whole year without him and got here. And then from there on out, it was like, yeah, I have no idea what the Patriots record is, honestly. Dahlbeck is a spring training MVP. He's been great in both spring trainings. And then he comes up. Why is Brazier on the Red Sox? I don't know. We were kind of discussing that. Seems like they wanted to go with not having to pay Salamora as opposed to having Ryan Brazier, which like how much could Salamora's bonus been? $1 million? $1 million? Yeah, get rid of Brazier. Brazier needs to be DFA'd. Brazier will probably be DFA'd. In my best guess tomorrow. Benintendi will get there. He always kind of struggled with an identity here in Boston. I love Benintendi, but he always struggled with an identity in Boston. One year he was trying to full contact, other years he was trying full power. Um, so I could kind of see that happening in New York too. Maybe it's a big market thing, but he did well on the Red Sox. It's not like he didn't do well in the Red Sox. He had a bad year on the Red Sox and it led to him getting traded. But yeah, maybe it's a big market thing with Benintendi. Yeah, I love Joey Gallo too. No offense, New York sports fan, but what New York sports fans did to Joey Gallo, that interview he did where he's like, "I am afraid to leave my house," a little scary. I mean, not that Red Sox fans don't do that either. It was $100,000, Eric. Oh God, bring back Sandy Leone. Maybe Sale pitches come back. True, bring back Sandy. Us DFAing those pitchers, which it needs to be done, is it is creating more of a hole in our bullpen. Possibly, but possibly not too, right? Look at Zach Kelly coming up, having two. Obviously, it's a really small sample size, but having two scoreless innings with a nasty changeup. He's just been sitting in AAA all year. I'd rather Zach Kelly right now than Brazier. God, Joe Ryan's just mowing us down right now. What is going on? Um, so it creates a current hole, yeah, but obviously they're going to plug it with minor league pitchers, and a lot of these minor league pitchers have been absolutely shoving in the minor leagues. So why not let them? We can't get rid of everyone that had a bad season, or we wouldn't have a roster. It was a down year, guys. We had to focus on the younger guys and what they could bring. But that's what I'm saying, Frank, is you're watching these sort of journeymen with Brazier, with Familia, right? Guys who realistically probably won't be on the roster next year. If you're already out of contention, these guys aren't, even if we were in contention, aren't helping you with anything. Why aren't we watching Jermaine? Why aren't we watching what is it, Balzera? Alvarez? It's something like that. Blazardo, I believe. Why aren't we watching them in the bullpen, right? That at least gives us some key to, hey, maybe these guys can be pieces in the future. Man, the broadcast crew seems so fed up and just tearing into the Red Sox and the players. Normally, broadcasters like them would hold emotions back, but boy, they're losing it. I'm not even listening. I'm not even listening. I kind of stopped listening to broadcast. Do I think Brock Holt will sign with the team? No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, who gets called up? I think if you're just talking strictly call ups, I think it's going to be Jermaine. I think it's going to be Wong. But I could also see some DFAs coming tomorrow too, Eric. Like you've been talking about for a while. I think on the chopping block you got Plawecki. I think Brazier, Familia, the guys I've been talking about, it could be on the chopping block. There are a couple other guys I was thinking of too. Yeah, but those got to be the main people right now on the chopping block. Maybe send Franchi back down, get Cassis up here, something like that. But just strictly call-ups for September call-ups, you get 2 spots. It's gonna be Jermaine and Wong probably. Ronaldo Hernandez might be another option, yeah, but I think Wong's all around the better option right now. Yeah, yeah, New York sports fan. It was tough to listen to. Brock is just a super fan now. He doesn't care about his career. I think Brock is the type of guy who kind of knows the situation. He knows he hasn't been producing. He knows his role has been as a utility player. So if you don't regularly produce, it's going to be really hard for you to find a job. Yeah, it might be. It might be Jack. It might be. Yeah, what you got? Story and Turner manning the two sides, right? Did Freddie sign on? I think Freddie signed on too. Then the outfield is stacked. You got Harper, Trout, Mullins, and there was one more who signed on too. I'm excited for Maeda because he apparently throws gas. He does throw gas, yeah, with movement too. DFA JD Martinez, no, they'll let JD right off into the sunset. They're not gonna, yeah, Mookie. How did I forget Mookie on the World Baseball Classic? That's ridiculous. That's gonna be fun to watch, chat. We'll probably do a couple live streams for that too, because there's a couple of past Red Sox players on that team and current. I think at their ages, the confidence is a huge part of development. Until they've seen success in the bigs, we see Bale get off a little off the game because he doesn't throw strikes, hurts him. Yeah, I also think Bale. One thing too was he needed to work on his. The big thing with Bale was that he needed to work on his timing. Um, a lot of what we were seeing from Bale when he was having rough innings is that he would get into jams and he would kind of revert into his head, just pitch, 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 and hitters just once you start getting pitch, 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 you get into a rhythm, and that's kind of something that he's been working on. That's why we've seen him be a little bit better in these last couple of starts. But yeah, confidence is big, and bring them up at a time. Bring these relievers up at a time where it doesn't matter if they do poorly. We're 9 games back of a wild card spot. You would DFA Franchi over Dahlbeck? I don't know, man. I don't know. One of those two, you probably could, yeah. Hembry. Heath Hembry? Workman. And those are some old names. Robles, Austin Davis, Sal Mora, Phillips Valdez, all disappointing and have gone. Yeah, true. That'd be great. Yeah, I'll probably because I don't think there's any like true broadcasting rights for the World Baseball Classic. I might be able to finagle something where I can show it. Well, I'll look into it. We develop players so good like JBJ. JBJ was always a defensive wizard, but even on his best seasons, he was a below average hitter at best. I wouldn't say so good with JBJ. Mookie, generational. First ballot Hall of Fame. Probably going to go down as one of the best players ever. Benny, yeah, Benny was tough. Benny had a down year and was looking to get a little bit of money, and they shipped him off. Red Sox legends, Rusney Castillo. That's what I think of when I think of Frenchie Cordero now. I think of Rusney. I'm hoping Waka can go deep into this game, man. I really don't want to watch the bullpen tonight. Frenchie's always struck me as the kind of guy who'd hit 30 home runs in Tampa. Yeah, he would for sure. Frenchie would go to another team right now and just hit like 40 bombs for sure. Oh, I lost you, chat. Hold on. You're back. Frenchie and Dahlbeck trade bait. True. You're probably going to need one of them on the bench next year, which will probably end up being Dahlbeck instead of Franchi because Dahlbeck's trying to learn how to play second. He's trying to learn how to play left field. You get a little utility work in on him. I think he'd be a little bit more appealing as a bench bat. Franchi, I love Franchi. For some reason, I just can't get over the fact that I think there's still potential there with Franchi. But if we're talking trade bait, I think Franchi's much more of a trade bait possibility because he has had stretches this year where he's been really, really good. Dahlbeck hasn't really had any stretches this year where he's been even relatively decent. Is Rafi playing for the Dominican Republic in the World Baseball Classic? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Rafi's playing. No, you don't want to see the bullpen. Why not? They're hilarious. True, we could have some fun with it tonight. Oh, chat. If the game is close, which I kind of got this at the wrong time because now they're fully out of contention. It doesn't really matter if I have my headband or not. But you guys voted, and I got it. I got the Alex Verdugo headband, so we'll be wearing this during tight games from the here on. Dominican Republic strong. I think we have a chance. Who is T5? Who's officially committed to play for you guys out of the MLB for the Dominican Republic? I always find that interesting, the guys who do and don't. I don't think Rafi will. I think Rafi is hurt, and I think he's going to take the offseason to fully rest up, to be honest with you. Tatis isn't allowed to play in the World Baseball Classic? Really? Why? I thought just because you're banned from Major League Baseball means you're banned from any like professional baseball leagues. That's interesting. MLB owns the World Baseball Classic. Never mind. Who has? I guess I can look it up here. Find out, shall we? Vladdy, Cattell Marte, Jose Ramirez. Oh, you guys got a list. My lord, this is gonna be fun. United States, whatever. We'll talk about the United States if you want, chat. But I'm looking for the Dominican Republic. Okay. Yes. Okay. Dominican Republic. Oh my God, you guys got a haul. Listen to this, chat. For pitchers, you got Luis Severino, Luis Castillo, Sandy Alcantara, Freddie Peralta, and Frankie Montas. Out of the bullpen, you got Emmanuel Clase, Duvall, Hector Neris, Gregory Soto, Christian Javier, Framber Valdez, and Rafael Montero. That is elite. Oh, Devers is playing for the World Baseball Classic. Why do we not see that? Catcher Gary Sanchez, first base Vladdy, second base Ketel Marte, third base Jose Ramirez, shortstop Manny Machado. You got Julio Rodriguez, Starling Marte, and Juan Soto in the outfield. Oh, this is insanity. You got Rafael Devers at DH, Francisco Mija on the bench, Wander Franco, Teoscar, Jorge Polanco, Eloy Jimenez, and Roanzi Contreras. What? Also, Pilecki's playing like he does not want to get DFA'd. That's an insane Dominican Republic list, by the way, chat. Like that our team is crazy. That team's nuts. Why didn't the Red Sox put any PR about him playing for the DR? Is Otani playing for Japan? I don't know. He has to, right? Well, no. Cuba's got an interesting team too. I'm surprised they're allowing Carlos Rodon and Neste to play on the Cuban team. I mean, obviously relations have gotten better. Yeah, this is absolutely nuts, chat. What's the World Baseball Classic schedule look like? Can't tell right now, chat. God, 2023 schedule starts March 8th and ends March 21st. Interesting. So what? Players will just use that as spring training, I guess, right? Have to. DR is winning it all. Yeah, yeah. That DR team is nuts. Here's a good poll question: will Pleki hit another home run this season? I'm gonna go with no. Shaping up to be a great tournament. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the DR does have really, really good pitching. I'll take a look at MLB are taking it far more seriously. Yeah, the Olympic one was kind of a joke. Although Cassis did well. So I mean he didn't do really well, but he did all right. Otani's got one more year. He's got one more year with the Angels before he becomes a free agent. Is Xander playing for Netherlands again? I doubt it. I don't think Xander's playing. Xander will have too much on his mind, I think. Venezuela looks kind of good. I didn't know Acuna was from Venezuela. Oh, they got Miggy DHing, and Glaber Torres. Puerto Rico is yeah, Kike's playing for Puerto Rico. That'll be interesting. Israel, Max Fried's playing for Israel. That's really interesting. So is Rowdy Telez. Oops, sorry, chat. Korea, Injinri, G-Man Choi, Hoy Park. There's some big names. Rob Refsnyder's playing for Korea, chat. Verdugo's playing for Mexico, which is interesting. So, because Verdugo was born in Arizona, right? Is it just your nationality? Nick Pavetta's pitching for Canada. I'm gonna look at what our pitching staff looks like. Come on, this website's so slow. I'm trying to load stuff. I can't read anything. Oh, oh, who said our pitching? Who said our pitching wasn't going to compare to the Dominican Republic? You guys ready for this? Are you guys ready? Actually, let me see. Let's watch this at bat first. But this is an insane pitching staff. What the hell? Is Wong up? No, Wong's not up yet. My guess is Wong will be up within the next 24 hours, though. No, but no American pitchers want to pitch for USA. Let's take a look at their roster right now. You got starting pitcher Max Scherzer, Jacob DeGrom, Garrett Cole, Corbin Burns, Zach Wheeler, Josh Hader, who's been kind of booty lately, but still, Justin Verlander, Chad Green, Ryan Presley, Devin Williams, Ryan Helsley, who's been insane for the Cardinals, Taylor Roger. And then our lineup is Will Smith, Matt Olson, Marcus Simeon, Nolan Arenado, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Tucker, Bo Bichette, Paul Goldschmidt, JT Realmuto, Austin Riley, and Walker Bueller. Looks like they took out looks like Story's no longer playing. That's interesting. That's very interesting, Chad. What just happened there? I just missed that, chat. I totally missed that. What happened? Oh, are they gonna replay it? I don't know. I don't know, Yanni. That's just kind of what the World Baseball Classic roster thing looked like. Pitcherlist.com. Yeah, I didn't see. Maybe that's not an updated list then. Maybe I'm getting lied to, Chad. I'm probably spewing lies to you too. I should find the legitimate roster because that to me is now starting to look like sort of a what if roster. Fielder's choice. Okay. I thought only Stroman announced. Maybe it is just Stroman. Yeah, the Red Sox are the Red Sox. USA is gonna have a tough time if they don't get those pitchers. Stories like the first person. Yeah, I remember that. See, that's what I'm saying. I remember that. I thought so. Come on, Zandy. Come through here, huh? Chad, I got a new Yeti. We're changing the vibes. Is anybody really watching the game? I'm watching the game, Eric. Bases loaded, nobody out. See what we can do. Come on, Xander. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Xander Bogarts. Xander Bogarts. A grand slam. Come on now. Are you kidding me? That's my captain. Who said Xander wasn't clutch? Who said Xander wasn't worth the money? Poo poo on you, sir. Yanni did call that. We're taking the cart ride, chat. Yes, sir. Xander Bogart, sir. Devers make it back to back, baby. Come on. Right after Eric goes, who's even watching this game? They hit a grand slam. Pay the captain. Pay Xander. I see one of the things I don't like about some of like the big time um Red Sox either content creators or journalists or stuff like that. Really anything Red Sox media personality related is when people are like, stop saying to pay Xander, stop saying to pay Devers. Why? You compared Xander to Michael Brantley. What are you doing? It's gonna be interesting to see how the bullpen blows this lead. Right? Why the F not? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is it doing to you? Hard to believe the Red Sox have a lead. True. They although in all fairness, that Eric, they have had a lead every game of this year series. And this year series, the pitching seems to just disappear. Can we see Xander next season? Yeah. I think they'll make a legitimate offer. I think they'll legitimately try. Maybe like, hey, Peter, listen, Chad, everyone knows that if the Red Sox lose, we're blaming Peter. Absolutely. Had they played Xander at the beginning, I feel like his power numbers may have been hotter. He's a pro. Yeah. Oh yeah, Frank. I totally agree. Totally. But at the same time, too, you know, look at Aaron Judge's contract season, right? There's only so long that you can be like, okay, Xander, like I understand it's a lot of mental stuff going on here, but you are a professional. It is your job, you know. But at the same time, too, it's not just his contract situation he was dealing with this year. It was issues with the front office regarding the direction of this team, not regarding the his contract situation, just where's the team going. He had so many injuries this year that he's played through. You did say you true, Peter. All right, we'll give you that out. But had you not said that, it would have been your fault if they lost. Devers is 0 for 18. Yeah, Devers is playing through some stuff, man. He can barely even run to the first. It's crazy. Brantley got what, 15 a year? No way. JD just went deep too, right? What? Where was this? Where was this? Where did this come from? Give me the cards, chat. Give me the cards, chat. Let's go. JD Martinez too. It's because chat, you know what it is? You know what it is, chat? I switched up the vibes. I didn't wear a hat. We got our new headband for late innings. We got the new Yeti to change up the vibes, chat. These Red Sea radio games are always good for the Boston Red Sox. Do I think Devers will be elite next season? Yeah. Trevor Story hit one off the wall. What are we doing? What are we doing? Whoa, Chad. Story just missed a home run by what? Like probably like 30 feet? God, it feels good, Chad. Chad, we did this. We are taking the Red Sea community is taking full credit for the Red Sox offense being good. We're going to take full credit here. Also, Eric, I forgot. That was what I was getting at earlier, Eric. Your message was not missed. That was funny. Who cares about the Orioles? They suck anyways. No, they're competitive now. Trust me. The turnaround begins. World Series champions. Who believes? 0.7% chance. They said, chat. Don't let us win one. Good with the bats. Yeah. It's funny because sometimes during the season, we just see the bats just be like, enough is enough. We're doing something tonight. This is what the whole summer should have been. Yeah. Facts. Correa wishing he took the Orioles 300 mil offer. No, I don't think if Xander walks, I don't think it'll be to a team in the AL East. I don't. Brazier and Barnes time. I have faith in Barnes. Call me crazy. We're going to perfect in September. I like it. Let's go back to World Baseball Classic. True. Wait, he said that, Yanni? No, no, no. I know the Orioles offered him that, but he said that. Imagine Bogarts on the Yankees. I would just stop watching. If the Red Sox let Xander Bogarts go to the Yankees, I understand like they can only do so much to prevent it. But if the Red Sox make a worse offer than the Yankees and don't at least match him, and he goes to the New York Yankees and takes on the mantle, I would die. I would dissipate. I would dissipate into a million pieces, chat. I would totally dissipate. I don't even know what I would do. Who said that? No, no, Leandro. I genuinely think I would die if he went to the New York Yankees. We've seen some great Red Sox players go to the Yankees in free agency. This one would hurt the most. It'd be like if Jason Varitek went to the Yankees at some point. Jumped in late. Do I really think Bloom is going to be safe this offseason? Safe isn't the word I would use, Peter. I think he will be back for the 2023 season. Yes. I don't think he's safe right now, no. Because he has done. Oh, no way Kike did it. No way Kike. Oh. I'm about to jump up, chat. You're about to see me stand for the first time ever. Um, I think they're giving him. So what I said in the video, Peter, and obviously you watched it. I respond to your comment. But one thing that I think is really important to remember here is that a lot of what Heimblum came in to do was clean up a lot of what other GMs had done in the past that the front office did not like, right? So a lot of his first couple of years here were cleaning up those messes for the front office. Now, 2023 is kind of the first year where he's able to put his hand in every bucket. Not that he wasn't able to do that before, but he also had. Did Story just get picked off? No. Okay. I don't have the volume on, chat. Um, so 2023 being the first year he truly has, in my opinion, legitimate control. Like, not that he didn't have control over the team, but I mean legitimate control over this team. And obviously the front office has its, or the ownership has its wants and needs, correct. You're always going to have that. If you have a boss, they're going to have input. But this is the first year he's in charge of basically everything. So this is sort of his accumulate, and I would even say 2024, 2025 is his true accumulation um of what he's done, but 2023 you need to show some improvement. You need to show a willingness to spend like the Red Sox, but in a smart way. You need to be able to combine your ideologies. I genuinely cried. Actually, I'd only accept Xander leaving if he went to LA and we got Trey. I wouldn't accept that. I'd be heated. If you're going to spend the money on Trey Turner, which will probably be more expensive than Xander, why not pay Xander? Ridiculous. I genuinely cried when Benintendi got traded both times. I didn't. Yeah, I was pretty close, dude. I'm right there with you. Don't let us get hot. Mystic said it first. Don't let Bobby get hot. Watch Bob go deep. Okay? I've seen somewhere ownership isn't happy with him. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times too after I posted the video too. It's kind of obvious, right? How can you be excited about a team in last place when you're over the luxury tax when Heimblum was brought in to be competitive and right around the luxury tax? So, yeah, they aren't happy with him, you're right. But I think they're gonna give him like I said, I think they're gonna give him 2023 to see if he can finally, like, put into motion what he's been working on. Red Sox are off to a good start. Yeah, better than we've had in a while on this live channel, chat. You got me all jazzed up, full of energy. Bobby Bomb incoming? Let's see it. Do you think the Red Sox should let go of JD Martinez next free agency? I love JD Martinez to death, but yes. Yeah, I think it's time to move on from JD. Ah, and because we hit a break, let's look up Matty Longnut's question, which is, are there any good bullpen arms in 2023? Find out, shall we? I think there is because a lot of bullpen arms get signed to 1 year deals. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually a decent amount. We're gonna get rid of this World Baseball Classic. Don't need that. Nesson isn't working for me for some reason. Get rid of that. All right, let me see here. Positions. Do I do relief pitcher? I wish you could do both on this website. We'll start with a relief pitcher here. Nolan Arenado's got a player option. I mean, why are you going to take that? Seattle's fantastic. Chris Sale. Yeah, no, I don't think Chris Sale's going anywhere, chat. I'm going to be honest with you. Diaz. So we got Chapman, we got Kenley. No and no. Craig Kimbrell, probably not. Will Smith's got a club option. They'll probably pick him up. Zach Britton of New York. He's been hurt for a while, right? He's older. Probably not. Diaz, yeah, that's a good option. Um, Trevor May, maybe. Taylor Rogers, maybe. Andrew Chafin. Brad Hand. Uh, there's not really a ton of big names. We could bring Ottavino back. Seth Lugo, who's been decent, I guess. We could try and get Matt Strom back. David Robertson's a free agent. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at, there's at least 100 players. Yeah. Any Red Sox fan who crashed recording needs a reality check. We made it. We have the most World Series of 2000. Yeah, take them. Yeah, I mean, Cora, the whole Cora thing, I've talked about into the dirt. Not, I agree. The Red Sox need Alex Cora, so I'll leave it at that. If anyone wants a further explanation, I can break it down for you. But I also did it in a recent video, so if you want that, you can look at that too. Bloom had a good 2021, bad season 2023, 20 or 2022. 2023 is the tiebreaker. Yes, that's my thought process too, Rodrigo. All right, Waka. Let's not do what every other pitcher has done this year. Taylor, yeah, Taylor's a good option. I mean, there's a ton of great bullpen pieces. Even if you want to say, hey, Whitlock, we want you to be our closer. Then build around that. Get set up, get legitimate setup guys. Know who you're going to in a tight game through the seventh, eighth, and ninth. Whatever makes sure that is of three guys. Know those guys and develop those guys or go and get those guys. Don't have this sort of, "Oh, I don't know, it's a lefty versus right-handed matchup this afternoon. So we're going to go for the left-handed option for the first three pitchers. And that doesn't work out. Well, the bottom half of the order is a right, left, right. So we're going to try out the right-handed, Clearly it has not worked for the Red Sox. Obviously, analytics, huge and very important to this game, but there's also that gut feeling too. We miss Christian Vasquez. Yeah. I mean, everyone misses Christian Vasquez. Although McGuire's hitting what, like 400 for the Red Sox since he's gotten over here. So Christian Vasquez's presence is being the void's being filled. We'll say that. Devers next DH. I don't know. Every time I say that, he makes time to play. Bobby D, no eyes for batting. True. JD Martinez and the Red Sox need to part ways. He did just hit a home run for him. He's heating up. Don't let JD get hot. Yeah, that's true, Peter. Do I like Tommy Pham? I do like Tommy Pham. Yeah, he's got a little bit of edge to him. I like that. I like the edge. Plus, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Definitely could use a better defensive outfielder, but I like Tommy at the top of this lineup too. So yeah, I like Tommy Pham. Is Eric Hosmer coming back? This is why you need Cassis at the big league level, right? You need to get Cassis some games. I do not care as much as I really like Hosmer. I do. I don't really care about watching him play. I care about watching Tristan Cassis play. You need to get him here. You need to get him up here. You need to get him some time so you can figure out what to do with Hosmer in the offseason. Tristan Cassis comes up here, and for the last month and a half, he's hitting 150, and it's very clear that he can't hit a curve. or he can't hit an off speed pitch but mashes fastballs, then hey, buddy, why don't you take some time in the minor league for the first 2, 3 months of the next year and we'll bring you up when you're ready to go, right? Let's work on that over the offseason. Have Eric Hosmer come back. But if Tristan Cassis comes up September and hits 275 with 6 home runs and 32 RBIs or something like that, then we're probably gonna trade or DFA Hosmer. Oh yeah, Mystic. Yeah, yeah. Probably starting in mid-September, Mystic. I'm gonna start getting into that. I honestly don't think they're bringing Xander back next year without the shift, shortstop. It's not that they can't shift, Carl. Um, it's not that they can't shift. They just can't shift onto the outfield. And with Trevor Story and the improvements Xander has made, combined with the fact that you've got either way you've got competent first baseman over there. I don't think that'll be too big of an issue. If they couldn't shift at all, yeah, that could be an issue. But because of the fact that they can still kind of move around the infield and they get squished together and they can move apart, I don't think they're worrying about Xander's defensive range too much. Obviously, that's a factor, of course, but I don't think that's the reason they won't sign him back. What from Mystic from Vasquez? McGuire's been pretty. McGuire's been fairly clutch too. If we release or DFA Hosmer to the Padres, yeah, Padres pay his contract regardless. No matter what team he's on at this point. You think Wong and McGuire will be our catcher in 2023? I could see that, yeah. Cassis is the candidate for rookie of the year. He's definitely going to be a favorite next year for sure. Look at Sandy. Look at Sandy poking one out of the way. Am I going to be wearing the Verdugo headband? Honestly, it might not make an appearance tonight if the Red Sox can manage to keep this game as far apart as it is. If it gets anywhere but close to like 2 runs by the seventh inning, yeah, we'll be wearing the headband for sure. McGuire's doing a great job. This is why Bloom and his moves. I mean, realistically, every trade that Bloom made, besides obviously the Vasquez one, we don't know what the future of that's going to be. But every trade Bloom's made during this deadline this year worked out. I mean, obviously Hosmer's been iffy, but and he's hurt. But just to have that solid defensive first baseman over there, and relatively decent bat. You've got Tommy Pham, who seems to get 2 hits every single game. McGuire's hitting over 400. None of those moves are like, oh man, like I wish we didn't do that. If we don't sign Bogey, I'll cry. Yeah, I'll cry right with you. If Xander Bogaerts does not sign with the Red Sox, I'm just gonna make a video chat. And it's gonna be a 5 minute long video, and you're just gonna watch me sob. And I'm gonna zoom in and out, and I'm gonna make it all edited, but you're gonna watch me cry. Uh, do y'all doubt Vasquez coming back? He said he wants to. Oh man, that was crushed. Here we go, chat. Oh, whew, thank God for the win there. Back to the Yanni. Back to what you said. Again, this is another reason why we need these minor leaguers to be up here. Because again, like I said with Tristan Cassis, right? If Connor Wong gets up here and he's hitting 210 and obviously it's the end of the season, doesn't super matter, but at the same time too, he's gotten a couple looks. He's never been fantastic at the plate for the major league club. Obviously, he's tearing it up in the minors right now. But if he comes up and he stinks it up, yeah, I think there's a good chance they go back and get Vasquez. Maybe he's in a more limited role with the Red Sox, and you start to move Reese McGuire into that, but you sign Christian Vasquez to a 2 year deal. I don't think that's crazy. They need 35 home run, 100 RBI guy to hit in the 3 or 4 spot. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you're looking at Devers, who will probably be in that range. Trevor Story will probably be on that range. I mean, he was on track for 100 RBIs before he got injured. Um, Re-sign Xander will probably be in the 20 home run range. You don't need 3 people that hit 35 home runs. I don't know, like, no, and Carl, I don't want to single you out, but I've been seeing this a lot too, where it's like we need 3, 4, and 5 to be hitting 35 home runs and 100 RBIs. Even when the Red Sox had Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz, there weren't a ton of other people on that team that were hitting 30 plus home runs with 100 plus RBIs. It's not like we've ever had a 2, 3, 4, 5 where they were hitting 30 plus home runs. Time Bloom is a very busy offseason coming up. Yeah, for sure. We keep saying we need to win this offseason, but I think the only way to win it is through trades. I don't know if call it. Yeah, Maddie. I think you were gonna have to trade people for sure. Um, you probably get. I think you can finish up the bullpen with free agents. And I think you can kind of shore up some of the holes in the infield with free agents, right? But the pitching staff, like the starting pitching itself, bring back Waka, maybe the qualifying offer for Valdi, and then go out and trade for somebody big. I agree with you there. I think you can you need to do both. You're right. We're not just gonna go out and open our checkbooks and sign a billion people. How about Tommy Pham for DH next season? Terrible fielder, but can hit. I mean, that's not a terrible idea. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I don't think anyone would hate that. Yeah, I don't. Vasquez didn't want to be anywhere but the Red Sox, Celtics. It was really hard to watch. Yeah, Pham is definitely better than we had in the outfield, but defensively, I don't know. He's had some tough games too, but he's been people have kind of let it go because he hasn't been hitting like Durant has been hitting. There it is. He's been close to getting out the entire time. Man, here we go, chap. Looks like we're probably gonna need the headband. And this dude doesn't hit a lot of home runs either. Luis. Yeah, I thought we were gonna have a good game, Chad. I mean, it's we're still up by 3. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? The headband will make an appearance after the fifth inning, Chad. We'll do the fifth inning headband. Yeah, start calling up the minor leagues. Home runs are overrated. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we don't need if you're I would rather have a Xander Bogarts who hits 15 to 20 home runs, but 40 doubles and 70, 80, 90 RBIs. That's what I would like. I don't need 7 guys who hit 30 jacks, but all of them are just solo shots. Keep the ball moving. We need guys to keep the ball moving. It can't just be everyone hits home runs. They need power presence. They I mean they have it. Like they have it right now. Even if you take out JD, and yes, Xander has had a down year, but historically speaking, Xander's been a power hitting shortstop. You're bringing up Tristan Cassis, who is historically a very good home run hitter. Rafael Devers, one of, if not a top 3 home run hitter in all of baseball. Trevor Story, who was on pace to go 20, 100. Close. Probably more. 25, 100. That's 4 guys off the top of my head that can give you that power that you're missing with JD. That's crazy, New York sports fan. You were rooting for us. Yeah, we really can't buy. You really can't buy a. We can't buy a clean inning right now after we score you right. Who's my favorite rookie right now in the majors? I'm trying to go through. I loved when Stephen Kwan was doing what he was doing in Cleveland, but I wouldn't say that's. I mean, Julio's the obvious, right? He's just absolutely being an electric factory. I love Adley. I think if I was choosing, I was listening to a podcast, The Call Up. It's about prospects and stuff, and they posed the question: Who would you rather build a team around, Adley or Julio? I think I choose Adley. You know how difficult it is to find a switch hitting catcher that absolutely rakes on both sides and commands a strike zone. I like Adley a lot. I think Adley's gonna be a menace to society this year or for years to come. Now I'm curious, what are the starting pitching? I mean, obviously DeGrom's the big name who's gonna opt out. Chris Sale won't opt out. David Price, Verlander's a little iffy for me. I would love to get Rodon, man. I would love to get Carlon. I wanted him for the 2022 season. Wainwright's retiring most likely. Evaldi's making 17 mil right now. Qualifying offer would be about that. I wouldn't hate. Again, I would not hate Evaldi coming back. Sean Mania might be a good pickup actually. Um, yeah, there's really not a lot. I bring back Waka. Go out and get Rodon. Maybe get Mania. What do you think, chat? Tommy Pham getting hit in the hand, not what we want. Xander had 23 home runs last year, Carl. 2020, obviously down year for everybody, only 11 because of the shortened season. 33 in 2019 and 23 in 2018. So really, besides this year and last year, he's hit 20 home runs. Or this year in 2020, he's hit 20 home runs. So it hasn't been a stretch. Another guy got hit? No way. Oh, okay. That's crazy, Celtics, that you just said that. Mets fans would burn down City Field. They don't re-sign DeGrom. Yeah, probably. If Adley could stay a catcher and stay as an offensive sub, I'll be amazed. And the injuries have taken what past ones out, like Posey, Mauer before him. Yeah, but I mean, Posey will probably be a Hall of Famer. Mauer had a great career. If Adley Rutschman ends up being Joe Mauer, I don't think anyone in Baltimore will be super upset by that. Ah, right to somebody. That was unlucky. That was a bullet. And Pilecki's been on every. Pilecki really doesn't want to get DFA'd. Since the Red Sox aren't going to be involved, who should we root for in the playoffs? My vote is Cleveland. Um, Cleveland's a good choice because of what you said about Frank Kona. I like that. Um, Honestly, if Baltimore genuinely makes a run and gets in, I wouldn't mind cheering for Baltimore too. That's sort of an underdog story. I like the underdog stories. Philly, I wouldn't hate Philly. Dombrowski, Schwarber, Degrom. What about Degrom edits? Excuse me. I like your Family Futures video. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we did a lot before the season started. It's going to be interesting to see how this off season goes with Family Future videos because a lot of them are going to be coming up some of them will be coming up to the majors and others I've already made videos on. So would you guys rather I do updates on the guys I made videos on before this season, like Mayer, Cassis, York, um, I just said, yeah, Mayor, Cassis, York, Blaze, Benelis, those type of guys. Would you rather me try and branch out and find some other prospects? I've been trying to figure that out. Like, do I delete the other ones and do new ones? I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it felt good beating the Yankees on their own field. Yeah, no, that was yeah, no. Cedane Rafaela looks like he's gonna be special. Yeah, he's been tearing it up. I'm cheering for the Mets. I like the Mets too. That's not bad. That's not a bad pick. Corbin, type in best 2023 MLB free agents. Yeah, that's what I did. I was looking at a list. Trout's when's Trout's contract end? Not for a while. I think Trout will just end up retiring as an Angel. I honestly could see injuries getting to Trout a little bit. I'd say we should root for Seattle unless Baltimore gets in. Then we should root for them. Yeah, I just like Baltimore. We've beat up on for a while. I have no problem with that. Every Red Sox bone in my body will not let me root for a division rival. So if Seattle makes it. Oh yeah, I forgot about Seattle. Seattle's a good choice too. Long off season, all time for both. Yeah, Nathan Hickey. Yeah, there are a ton of guys I should do family futures on that I haven't yet. So I'll start compiling a list. What's up, fart selector or fart collector? Some of you guys have really creative names, man. Stick to the Red Sox. Nah, I probably won't branch out into MLB prospects, honestly. I'm more so talking about like Red Sox prospects I haven't done because we've done about what, probably like 12. Devers with High Sox is real interesting. Do you guys see there's this TikTok account that goes to like every bullpen and asks them questions and and they were asking the Red Sox, "What are you gonna do? What would you do if you weren't playing baseball?" Right? And Xander's like, "I'd be a teacher." Barnes is like, "I do something in finance." Waka says engineering, and they asked Devers, and he just goes, "I like the fish." And they're like, "Okay, yeah, yeah, man, cool. Like, okay, are you gonna do that for a job?" And he just looks at him and goes, "Uh huh." That had me dying, man. Absolutely dying. Ugh. And then Kike just looks at him dead in the eyes and just goes, "I'd be a stripper," and then walks away too. That one was funny. Do you think they bring Kike back? I think they make an offer at Kike. I don't see why not, but I could also see Kike getting a pretty decent chunk of change from somebody with his versatility and with his the way he's come back from the IL. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Also, you want to see something weird? Matt Strom in a Padres uniform. You didn't really pitch for him, honestly. I don't know why I can't get this card up. It's not worth anything, so I guess I could break it a little bit. I know I have done. I can't root for anyone in this division, so Cleveland or Seattle. I really like Seattle. Now that you said that, I'm in for that. Hey, doesn't this look weird? Strange. It's Matt Strom on the Padres is very weird. Is Sale done for the year? Yes. Hopefully he'll be back and healthy 2023. Jack. Where does our farm system rank in the MLB? They are 11th. It's frustrating. Devers tries to hit the ball 500 feet every time he's up. Yeah, he does that a lot when he gets into funks. Right now, he's in the funk of all funks. So yeah, he does that very specific. Devers at his best when he's got obviously no Devers swing looks controlled, but what I mean by controlled is like he's not trying to put the ball 800 feet. He's just trying to put a good swing on, and that's when he's his best. That's where you kind of see, and you could see a glimpse of it still, right? Obviously, you're still going to see, and he will get back to that. This isn't the end of Rafael Devers, but what I'm saying is when he's at his best, you see him take those balls the other way. You see him kind of drive it into gaps. You don't see, and the home runs come with that. It's not just straight. Why does okay? Timeout. Every time they show someone in the stands at a baseball game that's in Red Sox gear, they look miserable. And obviously, the Red Sox aren't very good right now. But you're up 5-2. You're in Minnesota. You're having a good time. Why are we miserable? It's happened every single time this series. It's baffling. But yeah, that's when Devers at his best. He just has to get back to that. What's the name of that account on TikTok that does that? I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. Hold on. It's called Bat Boys. BATBO. Here, I could just, you know what? I'll just throw the link of the video in the description. I wish I could play. That's what I'm gonna do, chat. Next payment from YouTube, I'm gonna upgrade this setup, I think. Not the actual like video and microphone. I'm talking about like getting an ability to like play music and stuff through here and sound. Obviously, I can't put the game on, but yeah, let me show you the TikTok I'm talking about because it is absolutely hilarious. Just Devers looking at him and being like, "I like the fit." Dead serious, and they're like, "Okay, like, what are we doing? Are you doing that? You doing that for a career?" And he's like, "Yeah, very funny." Copy link. Baby Waka. Let's get a quick couple innings here, Chad. It's already 9 o'clock. We're only in the fourth inning. Here, if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that TikTok, this is it. It's so funny. Seattle are underdogs for the playoffs. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Although I don't know, don't they own the top spot right now? I haven't even been looking at the wild card. Think coaching is the problem. It has to be grilled into everyone's head just to put the ball in play. Yeah, I could see them making some staff adjustments. I'll say over the offseason with their coaching staff for sure. What was I doing? Chad, someone distracted me. What was I doing? Oh, looking at the standings. Yeah, so take a look at that TikTok. It is absolutely hilarious. Thought it was a good tweet too. Didn't get any retweets, Chad. I mean, Seattle's got the second wild card spot. I wouldn't be surprised. We struggle against team in our division. Yeah, I mean, we do have the hardest division in baseball, but man, that was a tough bobble there. I mean, that was a hard hit ball too. Danner's not happy with himself. Never is when he bobbles. Um, don't look at the standings. I have to. Well, I didn't even look at how far we're behind. I think we're 9, right? Yeah. What are we at? Does anyone know where we're at for percentage wise to make the playoffs? 0.8% for those of you who are wondering. They're also projected to finish 78 and 83. I guess that's better than the Tigers, the Royals, Rangers, the Athletics, um, Nationals. Man, the Nationals are projected to have a 100 loss season. That's crazy. Marlins. So hey, I think we end up dead middle. I'll take it. Dead middle of the pack, Jack. What happened? Oh no. Another error. Devers is going through it, chat. Am I blurry? Oh no, I'm good. Okay. I mean, that was a good play by Devers. That wasn't there. Is Core on the hot seat? Not yet. No. Uh-uh. I mean, why would he be? Why would Core be on the hot seat? Out of his 4 years here, two of them we've made deep playoffs ones. We won a World Series and we made it to the ALCS. You get a little slack for having a tough season. Obviously, his decisions haven't been completely fantastic, but he also hasn't been a detriment to this team in any way. I think it's kind of hard for any manager to be a true detriment to their team. I think Girardi was not a right fit for Philadelphia, but yeah, I don't think Core's on the hot seat. No, I think if they go into 2023 and have a bad season with a better constructed roster, which is going to be kind of tough to do. Excuse me. What? God, I thought I just sneezed, but it was just a yawn. Um, if they go into 2023 and Heimblum actually kills his offseason and they end up losing a bunch of games, then yeah, probably probably on the hot seat. All right, Waka, buddy old pal Waka, please get out of this, dude. Devers has a beautiful swing. Yeah, Devers' swing looks like he's about to enter a tornado, and I kind of love it. It's chaotic. Devers is chaotic in general. I'm all here for it. If Devers got more national attention, because Devers low key doesn't get a ton of national attention. If Devers was like, if they try to make Devers a face of baseball, I think he'd have a good chance of doing it. Just because people like the Red Sox fans have fallen in love with Devers just quirks, right? They're not quite Manny quirks, where Manny was just a weirdo. Um, Devers quirks are just so funny. Like it's just little things, right? Waka, flocka, flame. There we go, Waka. Had a baby. Flocka. Who's my favorite player? Xander. It's really not close. I love Devers to death, but Xander's my favorite player. Yeah, Peter, you're right. Devers the babyface assassin of baseball. Same. Awesome. Yeah. I think a lot of people's favorite player is Xander. Makes sense. Yeah, Devers the babyface assassin. I hate in MLB the Show. If any of you guys play MLB the Show, they do that. They'll say that like every single time Devers comes up, and it's just frustrating. Yeah, I think obviously, all of baseball knows how talented Devers is, but they don't understand the unique personality behind Devers. He's such a fun guy to watch day in and day out. I got 3 of Xander's arm sleeves from the giveaway. That's really cool. You want to send one my way, Frost? Maybe I should get a chat. Maybe that's what this chat is missing, a Devers arm sleeve. Devers the fisherman. Yeah. Sure. Nah, I'm messing with you, Frost. I'll find one. I'm just gonna slowly chat. I'm just gonna slowly accumulate things to put on my body that say Red Sox. So by the time that we're at season 3, I just am full body. I got batting gloves. I got eye black. I got the headband, the hat on top of the headband. I'm gonna have a couple of bracelets, maybe a chain or two with Red Sox on it. We'll get the arm sleeves. Yeah, we're gonna be soxed up. I went from Pedroia to JBJ to Renfro to JBJ to Story. That's a pretty good transition, Yanni. Who's my favorite Red Sox player of all time? Oh, that's a good question. It was kind of funny, Edgar. Obviously, David Ortiz was the greatest Red Sox player I will personally ever see. Um, but my just like no statistics, not like my no statistics involved, not who I think is the best. Um, that would have to be Kevin Youkilis. I loved Kevin Youkilis as a kid. In Little League when I was young, because I was like 9 when they won the 2007 World Series. Um, the next like after the 2007 like season in general, um, season in general, I tried to do the Kevin Youkilis swing for Little League, and I thought my dad was gonna beat me. Oh, actually, it was my mom. If my dad's here, do you remember that, Dad? If you're here. I tried to do that in a game, and mom got upset because I tried to do the Kevin Youkilis swing in a game. So Kevin Youkilis sounds like an MLB Show player. Oh yeah, I'm gonna look like an MLB Show player. Like I love Story in the Rockies, man. I was wishing we got Story, like we had Story for a while. Not because I wanted Xander replaced, but man, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I didn't sleep well last night, I guess. Um, I wanted him for this exact situation. I wanted them to play together. Switch it up and wear the BI black for rally mode next year. Oh, that's an interesting one too. I was actually thinking of doing because I got a little bit of ideas. I got a little bit of ideas in the back of my head, Chad. I was thinking about getting like a little rolly cart to do like my own home run. Although I think my neighbors would hate me if I did my own home. I can't see the home run cart coming. What do you guys think of the home run cart? Are you done with it? Because I'm a little bit over it, honestly. Because last year was a ton of fun and like goofy, and obviously it started in 2021 or 2020, and that was kind of a tough year too. So now you got 2 out of the 3 years you've been doing the home run card have been tough years. Maybe it's time to do a new one. I'm stacked on Red Sox gear. Yeah, yeah. My girlfriend hates it. My girlfriend hates how much Red Sox gear I have because she'll be like, "Oh no, like let's go to the farmers market or like let's go do summer stuff." And I throw on a little poppy shirt with Kike walking off the Tampa Bay Rays, and she's in like you got the cute outfit on, and I'm like, yeah, I'll throw some shorts on and a um. Right now I'm wearing an ACDC shirt, but you know what I mean. Like I'm wearing a 2018 World Series shirt. I have so many Red Sox clothing. It's ridiculous. I need to purge some of it, but I can't get rid of some of the stuff. Some of the stuff's like I have one from the 100-year anniversary from what 2012, I think it was. Good lord, that thing is beat up, but I still have it. I bought it in like how old was I? Eighth grade. It was great last year. We need something new for next year. You're right, Yanni. I still think it's the best of all the home run celebrations, but how long are you going to do it before it gets a little stale? Plus, if Kike leaves, right? If Kike leaves, or not Kike, if Kevin Pilecki leaves, is it still the same? Does it still have the same like meaning? Like I don't know. You could do something different. I feel like. Yeah, I used to love the you. They used to fill the stadium when you came up. I love that. Got 3 arm sleeves, a headband, a fan chain, a few souvenirs. I've only done 3 Red Sox games. Man, you are a souvenir hound, huh? That is a ton of stuff. What are you gonna do with 3 sleeves? What headband do you have? Do you have this headband? Is that the one you have? Kevin Youkilis had a weird batting stance. I used to love it. Who's also batting stance went underrated? Coco Crisp, where he like keep it close to his body. You remember that? I used to love that one too. But yeah. Yeah, I kinda graduated, Frost when I got, like, a legit my first legitimate job. I graduated a little bit from getting just, like, Red Sox apparel to Red Sox signed baseball cards. That was what I kinda graduated to. I think it might be a little worse for me, if I'm being honest. I don't think I've ever done that. Have we done that on this channel, chat? Kike Hernandez is a man on a mission. That's a double, right? Double. Run, Kike. Run, Kike. Ah. Oh, they got a new celebration, chat. You see that? Well, drink in the bottle celebration. That was interesting. I wonder what that one is. Also, they got rid of the breaking of the stick, chat, so we may need to change that. You also got a Jake Diekman and JBJ signed ball from July. Ugh. I mean, good players, but that kind of aged unfortunately, huh, Frost? Sorry, man. They become alcoholics. JBJ forever. True. I gotta get a JBJ signed card. They're only like $5. I'm gonna get a rookie card. I think. Forgot about Coco Chris. Oh, Loved Coco. And truly, the only reason I loved Coco Chris was because the first ever game I went to, he made a diving stand, he made a diving catch. From there on out, I was like, Coco's my guy. Hunter Renfro forever. R.I.P. Hunter. Kind of weird that you put JBJ and Hunter Renfro as forever. Yeah, there's so many just funky players for the Red Sox that everyone forgets about. Like I'll forget about too. And people tweet about him on Twitter. I'm like, who? And then I remember for a split second just a core memory that I had of one of these guys. And I was like, wow, I forgot about him. All right, Bob, show me some. Chad, did you guys see the didn't you guys happen to catch the piece on Jaron Duran by Catillo, Chris Catillo for what was it, Mass Live or something? Did anyone catch that? Hey, I was at that game too, Yanni. Yeah, it was a sad article. I was wondering if anyone had any like. I wonder if like because I kind of want to talk to people about that. My one of my least favorite things that people will say about professional athletes is you're playing a children's game. How hard can your life be? I, listen, I'm not saying that they're fighting wars or anything like that because it's a completely different conversation. But at the same time, too, right? Human beings, especially like baseball players, how hard it is to become a professional baseball player. It's a you know it's a tenth of a percent, and then once you get to the major leagues, your average lifespan is a year, right? On top of all of that, and having the pressure to perform at the most elite level in history, you also have to have when you're playing for like a team like the Red Sox, millions of critics, millions, people making their living off of it, people trying to make their living off of it like this, right? Like that is one of my least favorite arguments for someone who complains. And Jeremy Wren didn't complain. Um, um, but it's just that sort of mentality of it's just a kid's game. How hard can it be? Is always rubbed me the wrong way. And I was curious if anyone had read that article and said that because I genuinely want to see where you're coming from on that. If anyone has that opinion, I'd love to hear it. Because it's always rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm curious to see if there's a side I'm missing here. Because I love listening to new opinions. Everyone experiences mental health issues. Everyone, people are cruel, particularly in the social media age. Yeah, that's true too. It's so much easier to fire off, and I've done it to myself too, where I fired off tweets like I hate Ryan Brazier. I've never obviously like um, I've never obviously been like, you should yourself or something like that. So, but yeah, it's so much easier to go at someone in real life than instead of like, that's why you don't see reporters going at players in real life. Edgar, so for those of you who are wondering, Corbin, what the hell are you talking about? Chris Catillo came out with an article that essentially, I'll wrap it up in a couple sentences. Essentially said that um, he essentially said that like he's been going through a lot mental wise and it's deteriorating his play and that he's mentally has not was not prepared for the scrutiny of Boston and all this kind of stuff. And that, he's dealing with a lot of stuff with his mental health and that's kind of what's been at the forefront of why he's been struggling at a major league level and that's what he said was one of the reasons why he's been lashing out and stuff like that. So it kind of also adds a human element to it too. It's a lot easier to like, especially in my job too, where you have to critique these guys where you don't know them on a human level. And that sounds terrible, right? But it's so much easier to write an article or make a video about um make a video about a guy being so terrible, but then you meet him in real life and you realize like there's a reason he's not doing well. It's because he's struggling himself, and he's just as hard as himself as we are on him, and it makes him real hard. Unfortunately, I think Durant should play somewhere else next season. I wouldn't be shocked if they move him. I wouldn't either. Durant might need just to change the scenery, honestly. He's had already so many things going on in Boston. Yanni's talking about a couple of them right now. He's just had so many things happen that it might just be good for Durant to get a clean start. Hey, I'm back. I feel so bad. I haven't watched your videos in a while. It's all right, Sounder. I understand, man. Totally understand. Thanks for coming back, though. I appreciate that too. That's a good example. I've made a million jokes about Matt Barnes by generally wishing well. Yeah, I think for the most part, yeah. Yeah, and I think for the most part that's a lot of people, Jack, right? But there's a very outspoken minority in my opinion that are very, very rough on players. Yeah, Jack, I think you're right. I wouldn't be shocked if the Red Sox dealt him and he ended up as an everyday, not elite defensive, not elite center fielder, but an above average center fielder somewhere else. I could see that. Duran's your dad's favorite player? That's interesting. I've always kind of liked Duran's edge a little bit, you know? I have. I've liked it a little bit. Obviously he's crossed the line a couple of times, but I don't know. I like it. Manny was the most prolific hitter in Sox history. Had he not done PEDs, he'd be in Cooperstown, but you can't take away all he did before. Yeah, I totally agree, Frank. He's one of the best hitters of all time, for sure. Had a baby Waka. Had a baby. Love this channel so much. Thanks, Sounder. That means a lot. Thank you. Appreciate that. A chat. First of all, I need more water. This has been a long game. Second of all, should I wait and do just one video tomorrow? One on the September call ups, one on the recap of this series, or should I just wait and do both of them at the same time? I think I'm doing two. I think two makes sense. I think the Rand would thrive in Kansas City. I don't know, man. I would love for Durant to figure it out here. I really would. I think he could be a very key piece to to a Red Sox team, but yeah, I think Kansas City, maybe Detroit, maybe Arizona. I don't know. There's a bunch of places. I even think Durant going to another big market would be fine, right? Hey, I'm new to the community. What's up, Jonathan? Welcome to the community, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I consolidate the videos unless my problem with the consolidating the two videos tomorrow, chat, is that I'm gonna have to put out the series recap later. Are they the Red Sox aren't off tomorrow, right? Both Duran and Franchi have a huge amount of potential. I agree with that too. I would honestly even say Duran has more potential, in my opinion, than Franchi Cordero. The reason for that is because I think Duran has more of a well-rounded game as opposed to Franchi. Even though Franchi's fast too, Franchi's really fast, but Duran's got elite speed. And if he can figure out the contact side of it too, he's got power. It's kind of interesting because Franchi and Duran both kind of suck at fielding. Both have pretty decent speed, but Duran at one point had contact. Franchi has power. So it's like if you could combine the two of them, it'd be an elite player, in my opinion. You know what? I'm just gonna look this up on my phone. It's such a hassle to look things up on my computer right now. You're back. What's up, Frost? Oh, yeah, no doubt Franchi could get a 30 home run season. I'll get to work genetically engineering a Jaron Cordero. I'm telling you, man, Hall of Fame, second ballot Hall of Famer, Jaron Cordero. 30-30 guy. Uh, oh, really, Jonathan? That's interesting. I'm kind of yeah. It's interesting. I never realized how many people just found me from like just googling Red Sox news or YouTubing Red Sox news. I'm curious. I'm curious, Jonathan. Did you Google it or did you just go on YouTube and look up Red Sox news? Yeah, Frank. I think a lot of that too is had he had a good season and done the things that he did, I don't think he'd be as big. I think it would still get talked about for sure as just like, hey, rookie, what are you doing? Like if his only error this year was that inside the park home run, and then if his only real lash out this year was when a person supposedly threw bottle caps at him. Um, and he was hitting 260. He had 40 runs scored, 25 stolen bases. I think people would be like, you know what? Yeah, he's a spark plug. That's what I think it would come off as. So yeah, I agree, Jack. Frenchie totally shocked me with all the home runs. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Yeah, Yanni. That is that part. Are you talking about Franchi? Then yeah, I agree. Duran has a ton of potential, especially with his spend with his speed and him being a lefty. He can get triples and has higher chance to hit a homer. Yeah, yeah. I think Duran has a ton of potential too. It's just he's got to figure out. Yeah, I think it would just it ends up being a mental thing with Duran. I think Duran needs to figure himself out mentally, which happens, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say that I haven't dealt with that mental stuff. You just gotta, yeah, it's gotta be something you figure out before you can fully go in and do what you want to do. So I hope Durant, this offseason takes some time and try to figure that out, drown out the noise because it's not going to stop in Boston. If anything, it's may get worse for Durant. So he's got to figure out a way of just bouncing up back from it. People underestimate how many problems having a guy as fast as him on the bases cause. What do you mean, Gord? YouTube, Jonathan? Interesting. Yeah, I was just curious because I didn't know. I've never like Googled Red Sea Radio. I've never seen what comes up. So I was just curious if that's what you did. But either way, glad you found the page and welcome to the community, man. Need opinion. Would you rather go play at Cooperstown with a team that is rude and has no discipline, or go to Cooperstown, or don't go to Cooperstown so you don't remember it being a bad time? Um, I would go to Cooperstown still, Sounder. Because listen, man, even if you're on a team that is rude and stuff like that, um, you still get to experience one of the coolest places in all of baseball, like in baseball lore. You don't need to be with a team at all times, too. If you're going, I don't know how old you are, but if you're going with your parents or something like that, you can break off and maybe you hit the museum with them. You go check out the homemade bat shops. You go to little shops around there. You go check out the lake, right? You can kind of make a good time without it. Plus, at the same time, too, you may not like your teammates on the bench, but um, on the field, maybe you guys win a couple of games, string a couple of games together. I don't think. I think if you didn't go, you'd be upset you didn't go after it was all said and done. So I would go, Sounder. Yeah, Ethan, I agree. If you were Hein Bloom, what would I do this offseason? Oh boy, here we go. No way Plawecki just got into one. What is Kevin Plawecki on right now? That's crazy. Kevin Plawecki's hitting That's not 6 for his last 6, right? He wasn't 3 for 3 last. No, he didn't play last night, no. About yeah, if I were Heim Bloom, what would I do this offseason? Re-sign Xander, get Devers on an extension, um, build around the bullpen, whether that means taking Whitlock and Houck out and putting him into the rotation um, or building around those guys in the bullpen. You have to do one of the two. I think you figure out what you're doing at first base fully. Are you going to go Eric Hosmer and slowly integrate Cassis, or you get rid of Hosmer and bring Cassis up? You need to figure out what you're doing at catcher. Do you want to do a little bit of a split with McGuire and Wong? If so, get him up here. There's a ton of stuff that Heimblum needs to do. He's got a big offseason ahead of him. We do need a corner outfielder, I think. Still, I did watch the game you won, or I didn't watch the game who won. Sorry, I'm in the UK and can only watch the recaps because of time zone. Yeah, that makes sense, Jonathan. Still playing. We're still playing the game. It's 5-2 right now in the top of the sixth. If you're asking about this specific game. Do you remember the first time I started watching? Sorry, Sounder. I don't remember the exact day. I know it was a lot earlier though. I appreciate you for that. But I don't remember the exact day you started watching. Unfortunately, sorry. Oh, I see what you mean, Gordon. I thought you meant in a bad way, but yeah, I agree. Speed is such an underrated tool in baseball. Yeah, I would love to see the Red Sox play in the. I'm surprised the Reds. I would love to see the Red Sox play like the Braves would be kind of cool if they did the Boston Braves and the Boston Red Sox type jerseys. The Dodgers, but in the Brooklyn Dodgers style jerseys would be cool. Red Sox, Brooklyn Dodgers, Giants would be another cool one to see them in. So yeah, I'd agree. I'd love to see him at the Field of Dreams. It's just sort of a travel thing that's an issue. Boston's a tough town to play in. Yeah, there are very few people who survive and thrive in Boston. Um, so it's extremely important that you keep the guys that can around. And that's a lot of what people are upset about recently with the Red Sox. JD hasn't been doing that good this year. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, power wise, he's been no, yeah, he's had a down year for sure. Self preservation streak, yeah. True, Frank. He wants to. What's your name? It's Corbin. Yo, I'm late to the party. How about X-Men with a slam? I know, Iman, you missed it, man. What's up? How you doing? Welcome in. Glad were able to make it though. Yankees are not doing too good, but they're still gonna make the playoffs. Yeah, the Yankees are making the playoffs 100%. Oh my God, John Henry's about to make bank. Why? What happened? What I miss? He's about to make bank. Winter Classics at Fenway, the two teams playing, and the Bruins and the Penguins. That's crazy. Jeez. Use that money to sign Xander and Devers. Ah, Doogie, what are we swinging at there? When will the Red Sox make the World Series again? Oh man, I have no idea. I mean, if it's going based on trends, right? We're probably gonna have a deep Red Sox run last year. Do I have a video explaining the rules and terminology of the game? I don't have a specific video, no. But what I try to do, John, is if I can call you John, if per Jonathan, let me know. What I try to do, Jonathan, is I try to break stuff down. Um, so like if you're interested in say getting to know statistics better, if you take a look at my videos, anytime I use a statistic that isn't essentially average, like the regular ones, I try to break down what they mean for people who may not know. If you want to know sort of like the money side of baseball, whenever I'm talking about a contract, I will try Um, I'll try my best to integrate some of the terminology and explain what that means as well, because I know there's some people like there was a guy from Poland who communicated with me a little bit ago that was like, hey, like you know, it's hard for me to understand this as a new baseball fan. So yeah, I try to do that, Jonathan. But yeah, Jack has a good one. That's a good YouTube video. Call me John. Everyone calls you John John. I like John John. I'll call you John John. I like that. Who do I think will win the World Series the next 3 years? Ah, God. I don't even know, man. Are you doing this year too? Because I'm gonna go Dodgers. Give me Dodgers. Give me Mets. Give me Red Sox. I like that. I like that a lot. Look at Xander having himself a game, huh? Little 5 RBI game for the kid, for the captain. Got a baby Xander. Let's go. Beautiful. Xander's such a good hitter. It's insane. Yeah, let's get those money bags in here. Like it really is impressive to watch Xander play. Like that swing was not tailored to be a line driver or home run. He was shooting that the other way the whole time. He's a natural hitter too. Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful though. Xander's swing is one of the prettiest in all baseball. Went to a Red Sox game a month ago and called JD hitting a home run and Vasquez. The final score was 6-11. The Red Sox beat the Yankees. Pretty impressive, man. I'm not very good at I'm not very good at calling games. Did my camera autofocus, Chad? I leaned back. If not, I'll lean forward again. I'm gonna go grab some water. I think after this inning too, though. Is there any Yankee fans in the chat? There was Yankee sport or New York sports fan was there for a while. We had another guy, Fart Collector, who was a Yankees fan. As long as they aren't trolls, I have no problem with anyone of any team being here. No, no, no. I try my best to ban. Jack, I will take away your privileges. Yeah, that'd be awesome. If Xander, my ideal world is Xander gets a 5 year contract and has a C on his chest. I'd love that. Like that'd be such a cool moment. I would cry during that press conference. Honestly, I would. Oh, Yanni, I totally agree. No Cassis yet. What's up with that? Um, the Iman, were you here last week when they didn't bring him up? When Eric Hosmer went on the IL? I don't know if you were. I can't remember. My memory's terrible, chat. But before I get to that, um, back to Yanni real quick. I totally agree. These Yankee games are fun to watch for me because they're always close. There's always a lot going on, right? I loved it. But these Blue Jay games, it just seems like they trample us. I hate watching Blue Jays games. No Cassis yet. What's up with that? All right, we're back to that. Okay. So I thought he was coming up. I thought he was coming up when Eric Hosmer went on the IL. They didn't. Devers may genuinely Devers may genuinely never hit a baseball again. Um. Anyways, I thought Cassis was coming up with um When Eric Hosmer went on the IL, he didn't. I was shocked. But I don't understand why he's not up anymore. So if he doesn't come up tomorrow, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea, to be honest with you, man. The only thing I could think of is that they want him playing every single day. They don't want him playing every third day, DHing or whatever. They want him playing every single day. Yeah, the 5 year could work if he's willing to move defensively to make way for Marcel Meyer. Listen, Marcel has been tearing it up, and Marcel has all the makings of a fantastic, what, four tool athlete. I don't think he's super fast, right? Um, but nothing's guaranteed at all. Meyer could become a third baseman. Meyer could become a left fielder. Meyer could not pan out at all. Please, if you're going to do anything, don't assume that Meyer's going to be good and say, "Hey, why don't we have a Royal plugged at shortstop until we get Meyer up here?" My Cassis eligible for Rookie of the Year in 2023. Cassis was eligible for Rookie of the Year in 2023. What, last, like, a week ago? I think that's when he should have brought up after he could have retained his rookie stats for 2023. They should have brought him up. Gotta go. All right, Sounder. Thanks for stopping by again, man. I appreciate you. See ya. Why are we so ass? You want the long answer or the short answer, Nate? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's holding up Cassis. And I really hope it's not Eric Hosmer. Or I really hope it's not Franchi Cordero. So, Franchi's been hitting well, but I really hope it's not Franchi Cordero either. Night Sounder. Yeah, Nate, if you want me to go into detail, I'll give you the long-winded answer. The short answer is injuries. Injuries in construction. That kind of makes sense, Peter. But again, you need to figure out what you're doing with Hosmer after this year. You need to figure out what you're doing with Bobby. You figure out what you're doing with Franchi, and all of that rides on how well Cassis can adapt to the major leagues. So why not try and figure that out now? So this kind of goes back to the plan thing we've been talking about, the not seeing a plan from the Boston Red Sox. A kind of first sights of a plan would be, let's call Cassis up next week. Let's DFA. I don't know. Let's DFA. I love Plawecki. Let's DFA Plawecki though, right? Or you know what? Actually, let's do this. Let's call up Tristan Cassis, Connor Wong, and then let's DFA Brazier and Familia. Get a couple of minor league pitchers in there, right? Now you've got September, you've got some of October to try and figure out, hey, maybe Cassis isn't fully ready for the big leagues. Or hey, look at this. No pressure on him. Doesn't matter if he does well, doesn't matter if he doesn't do well, but he hit 273 with 10 home runs in the last month, right? So now you kind of, again, going back to the plan. So now you kind of looking at 2023 like, okay, Cassis struggled. Let's keep Hosmer, let's keep Dahlbeck, let's keep Cordero, let's keep our options open at first base to start the year. Or Cassis comes up and rakes or does even a little bit above league average, and it's okay. Cassis may be ready for this. Let's see what we can get for Eric Hosmer in the offseason. Let's see what we can get for Cordero or Bob in the offseason, right? We switched with Reds? No, no, dude. We're not as bad as the Reds. Come on now. The Reds are projected to get 65 wins this season. Red Sox 68. Or sorry, 68, 78. Did that go out? Oh, okay. No, it didn't. That looked like it went out, Chad. Yeah, it did go foul, thank God. Yeah, they can only call up 2 players, Peter. So, that's gonna be Connor Wong in a pitcher, a million percent yes. What I'm saying is there's a world where it would make sense for please, Doogie, let's go, what a catch. There's a world where they do Tristan Cass as Connor Wong, and then they have Jermaine, and they have, someone's gonna call me out on this. Blizzardo or something? And they DFA some players, right? They make room. That wouldn't surprise me at all either. Any big name free agents on your wish list this offseason? Excuse me. Yeah, Carlos Rodon. I think I talked about him in the beginning of oh boy. They have been crushing him foul. This is scaring me. Um Carlos Rodon's the one on the top of my list, Iman. I think we need pitching. He's had a great year. I know he's a little injury prone, but sign him to a 2, 3 year deal. I wouldn't hate that. Not big, but I think re-signing Xander, I think re-signing Waka should be on their mind. Um, our pitcher made it to the 6th inning. Yep. Waka tends to do that a decent amount though. I forgot to get water, Chad. I'm dying. I feel like that SpongeBob episode. Dude, he's not gonna be able to catch that one. But he's gonna be able to cut that off. Hopefully, I thought he's gonna be able to prevent the double. Did you hear that, chat? You want Wilson Contreras? I wouldn't be shocked if they went out and got a catcher. Yeah, they should give Jermaine a shot, 100%. Contreras would be interesting. I wouldn't be shocked if they went out and tried to trade for Sean Murphy too. But again, too, this is all goes back to getting these young kids up here, getting some of these journeymen out of here. Let's see what we have in our minor league system before we go and we trade for a bunch of people or sign a bunch of people, because we might have what we're missing in that minor league system. Obviously, you can't rely fully on the minor league system, but I'm saying you got the last month, and the Red Sox are kind of in an interesting spot where they can afford to start pitching these minor league guys. Brazier time looks like it's strong, baby. Aaron Judge to the Red Sox, biggest betrayal in baseball. That'd be insane. Imagine they were somehow able to retain Xander, keep Devers, and have Aaron Judge with Trevor Story, Alex Verdugo. Probably have to go with Duran in that case. But then you don't like. See, here's the problem with Aaron Judge, right? The Red Sox will probably be linked to Aaron Judge because the Red Sox have interest in everybody. They're their interest kings. But I would much rather them sign Devers to a big deal than sign Judge to a big deal. I would also much rather them focus that on starting pitching. Go out and get me a big name pitcher, either by trade or by um, free agency. Right? Let's make a play at Verlander, DeGrom. That's where I would like to see the money spent. I expect the bullpen will be the biggest area of spending. They'll definitely be. I mean, obviously, just monetarily wise, it will be. It'll be the position players because there's a lot of positional needs we need. But I think just in terms of the amount of people that we bring in, yeah, I think a decent majority of them will be for the bullpen. Frank, I think you're right. If we had Judge and he's prime like this year, it'll be huge. He would already be at 62 or whatever it is home runs. If he was, he'd be going for the Barry Bonds record if he played at Fenway. Although I don't know because he does already play in a Mickey Mouse stadium, so maybe not. Yeah, I don't know, chat. I don't want I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't want Judge. I know it sounds insane. I don't want him. I just lost my stream. Oh, there we go. Guess who's back? Back again. Obviously Judge would be great, but he's on the team, Frank. Kelly's on the team. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, they'll I think they'll use Kelly a lot going forward, Frank. Judge is having a historical season, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah. Chat. Mhm. Yeah, Judge is having an insane season for sure. But I don't know if I want him. Months of extra starters, but the Red Sox would have to part with at least two top prospects. I wouldn't be shocked if they make a splash like that, to be honest with you. Especially if they can kind of like York isn't like I love Nick York, and I think he's going to be great. Um, but I don't know if of all the top prospects, like I wouldn't mind parting with Blaze Jordan. I think the hope was to have Benelis hit a little bit better, so he could be a little bit better. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't want Judge either, but I really want Otani. I would love Otani, yes. Judge is Pablo 2.0. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they go out and they get Judge, it'll be a desperation. We didn't spend enough. Let's spend enough move, you know? And then we're stuck with Judge, an aging Judge at that. Judge is obviously the same age as Xander. Xander's a lot less expensive than Judge is going to be, but at the same time, too. I mean, obviously, Aaron Judge, Hall of Famer, more than likely. I think. Okay, we're back. I thought I got lost there, chat. We good? We're good. Okay. Yeah, so I would be hard pressed to think that the Yankees are gonna let Judge walk. Yeah, he did give him a pair of shoes. Would I rather have Judge or DeGrom? Oof. My problem with DeGrom is he doesn't stay healthy, man. Imagine if the Red Sox signed DeGrom to a big contract and him and Chris Sale were on the IL all the time. Oh my god. Talk radio would be miserable. It'd be brutal. So I don't know. It depends on the contract and length, Iman. I mean, Degrom. I think if you're talking about if you can guarantee Degrom's healthy for 3 years, Degrom. What was my dream job growing up? My realistic dream job because I always wanted to be a baseball player. Obviously, um, my realistic dream job. I wanted to do something in music, rock and roll specifically. Not play, but like produce, or I was never very good at it either. Produce or do like manage or stuff like that. I always wanted to go get into that side of the business, but I quickly realized how miserable that sounds. Ah, thought JD was about to have him. I think the priority should be right-handed starters. I think of the competition, most of the competition is very right-handed heavy. Yeah, I think that's true. But also next year, you're not playing. You're not playing as many AL East teams, so you can kind of afford to go after a little bit more balance in there because you're going to be playing everybody. Obviously, you still play the AL East the most, but um, yeah, I think you can kind of afford to say, I think you can kind of afford to say, like, yeah, we got this fantastic lefty who's really good against righties and lefties. Let's go out and grab him, like Rodon. What position did I want to play in baseball? I started off really loving third base, and then as I got older, my range wasn't good enough, so I moved over to first base. Um, and then what happened there is I wasn't a lefty basically. Um, um, and then I was a pitcher for a while. I loved pitching, loved it, loved pitching, loved them, loved it. I always wanted to be a pitcher. But in high school, I was really bad. I just didn't care enough. I started worrying about other things than baseball, and so I kind of just lost everything. Trevor Story, been great since he come back, huh? A little single right into. I love when Trevor Story takes the ball the other way. Eric, the only reason I know that is because of the Chris Farley skit. That's the only reason I know Chip and Dale. Yeah, you're probably gonna hate that one, Mister History. Um, Best pitches of the last 20 years: Scherzer, Kershaw, Degrom, Verlander. How do I rank these four? Wow, this is tough. This is really tough. Scherzer, Kershaw, Degrom, Verlander. I think I go. This might sound crazy, Chad. I think I go Kershaw, Scherzer, Degrom, Verlander. I think I do. Yeah. I think that's it. Kershaw, Scherzer, Degrom, Verlander. See you, Frost. Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm gonna teach my kid how to submarine pitch. I tried. There's a game in middle school or God, yeah, it might have even been elementary school where I just tried submarine. I was a pitcher. I just tried submarine one game. People were not happy with me. If you hang around Fenway, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be on the 2023 opening day roster if I just stick around Fenway through the entire offseason, throw a baseball at the wall. Eventually, they'll be like, all right, we'll give him a chance. No way Degrom is never healthy. Verlander easily the best of those. He's a god. Yeah, I think it just comes down. I mean, all of them are probably Hall of Famers if Jacob Degrom can stay healthy. Um, all of them are easy Hall of Famers. Verlander, Kershaw, and Verlander, Kershaw, and Scherzer all have rings. Degrom doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's yeah, I think it's just personal preference. I think all of them are in that same category. From there, it's just personal preference. You think Ortiz's son will play for us? I don't know. He's playing for the Roxbury Sox right now, so maybe. The official bat boy? Nah, you'll see me in the eighth inning, Eric. Good night, all. I'll be commenting on your videos. See you, Pete. Peter. All right, Brett. Better than Ryan Brazier. Show me the strike zone. Ah, God, chat. I wish I could show you what I keep hitting. It's just like, it's this arm right here. It's this arm right here. But there's like a twist thing on the bottom that you twist to get it to screw onto your desk. I keep hitting it because it's poking out and it makes that noise. So if that's what you hear, that's what I'm hitting. I wish there was another way I could, like another place I could position it, but this is the best spot for it. So it's Degrom for me. He deserves a ring. Yeah, Degrom does deserve a ring. It'll be cool to watch the Mets in the postseason. I'm in, Yanni. Yeah, all of us are just gonna get out there. We'll be knuckleballers. Three knuckleballers out of the Red Sox bullpen. No one will ever see it coming. Well, I'll play for 100K a year, and then give all that money you saved. Now that you've got the dominant knuckleball trio in the bullpen to Xander and Devers. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's true, Iman, for sure. Two seam knuckle and change. All right, I'm just throwing straight junk. I don't even have a fastball. Bobby Dahlbeck can't buy an off like a fastball down the middle to save his life. I mean, Bobby swings at everything but what's down the middle. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm throwing straight junk. Yeah, when I was in high school, I got my fastball up pretty high, but I don't think it's up there now. So I'm throwing a slider, I'm throwing a changeup, throwing a knuckleball. I'll even throw in a curveball there. I'll be a little four pitcher. No one, all of it'll be off speed. None of it'll. I won't know where any of it is going. I'm should be loaded up on spider tag. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, DeGrom. I'm hoping DeGrom does well in the postseason because it would be a real shame. Um, it would be a real shame if he gets to the postseason and just gets lit up. Like Kershaw always had that on his resume, right? Where he couldn't perform in the postseason. Obviously, he did. And ended up being able to perform, but that would be oof. That would be tough, man. Even if because obviously it's just one appearance and that sucks. But, yeah, having DeGrom be, like, touted as this generation's Pedro, like, all this stuff, and then he gets to the postseason, just gets lit up. Obviously, Pedro did get lit up a little bit in 2003, but, yeah, that would be tough for DeGrom, I think. Cole, yeah, Garrett Cole's a joke. There is not a single, like, ace pitcher that I fear less than Garrett Cole, genuinely. I would rather face Garrett Cole than the Oakland A's ace. 100%. I would rather face Garrett Cole, like the Red Sox in general. I'd rather Red Sox face Garrett Cole than yeah, any ace in baseball. You name them. I'd rather I'd rather the Red Sox play Garrett Cole. Garrett was rattled before he even got into that game. Dude was so rattled. Yeah, Johnny Cueto. I forgot about that. Yeah, he does. He truly does. All right, we're doing Whitlock 8th and ninth, chat. Hopefully it's a little hopefully we're out of here 10:30. That's what I'm hoping with Garrett Whitlock. Cole gets rattled so easily. Yeah, Cole is such a mental baby, dude. Oh my god. Remember that stuff opening day where Billy Crystal threw out the first pitch and he was mad at him because he was like 5 minutes late? Oh god. That Alec Manoa stuff is embarrassing. It's crazy. How do you get paid that much and consistently pitch in New York and you can't handle the criticism or stuff not going your way? I don't get it. His ERA is pretty bad this season, right? I'm gonna start looking things up on my phone chat just because just because it's gonna be a little bit easier than here because it keeps freezing my computer because there's so much stuff open. I mean, he has a really good ERA, but I don't know, it just feels like that isn't correct. I don't know. Seems like recently hasn't been doing as well. Um, Whitlock's so cool and collective. He's perfect for the big stage mentally. Yeah, Tanner Houck have kind of the same mentality on the mound. No emotion, get the job done, then figure it out when you get off the mound. Shame Cueto always be remembered for dropping the ball in Pittsburgh. That's right. Prime Cueto was a beast. Yeah, he was great for that Kansas City team. That Kansas City team had a lot of underrated players on it. Hey Whitlock, please do not follow suit. Let's have a nice clean two. Oh, it's the bottom of the seventh. Chat. We're gonna be here till 10 or 11, huh? We've been hanging out for a while, chat. Buckle in. What are we at time wise? 2 hours. Oh, we're only at 2.5 hours. That makes sense. All right, Whitlock. Let's not do anything stupid, dude. Let's just roll him in. Is it time to debut the Verdugo chat? Is it time to debut the Verdugo headband? Corbin has zero ADHD. What do you mean? Yeah, it's time for the headband chat. One more hit. One more hit. If this guy gets a hit, then it's time to debut the headband. What am I gonna do in the off season? I think I'll be pretty busy, honestly. Especially like I got kind of lucky. Well, it's either gonna be lucky or miserable. That there's so much for the Red Sox to do this off season. I think I'll be able to make a bunch of videos. I also have a plan to do Eric. I'm gonna try and get some player interviews, man. I'm trying to get some minor league player interviews set up. It's been really difficult. So if any of you guys got an in with a minor league player, hit me up. It's been hard to get some of these guys. So that's one of the things I'm probably gonna try and get on the docket. Okay, Whitlock, what are we doing, dude? Um, I also we'll probably bring back family futures. We'll probably do a bunch of what if videos. We'll have a lot. If we give up a run or a hit, then the headband comes out. Okay, I think that works. Wait, the Twins retired David Ortiz is number two. What? I understand you like watching the Sox, but you sit in the chair the whole time. How? Trust me, dude. My legs are moving. The other thing too is Um, I'm talking about different topics every second too. So it's not. I'm not just if I'm alone. Yeah, I'm standing. I'm talking to the TV, stuff like that. But when I'm on here, one, I can't like re-angle my camera very well, so standing up doesn't make a ton of sense. And two, um, it would just be really awkward if I started standing up and sitting down. Plus, I'm talking to you guys a ton. Heard Doris like to fish, so maybe hang out at a lake. I think he's more of an ocean fisher. Sounds like he's more of an ocean fisherman. I try not to get mad on stream, Yanni. One, because I yell when I get mad, and that would be super loud for you guys. And two, I'm at the point now where there's only so many games. Oh, Kirby Puckett, I'm an idiot. What are we doing, Corbin? Um, I'm at the point now. I was getting mad when like the Red Sox were still in contention, but yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm just trying to have fun. I said at the beginning, I'm just trying to have fun, man. Trying to have fun with these last couple of weeks. What do we got? We got 30 games left, right? Trade Bogarts video. Eric. Now that's good hitting, Yanni. You gotta see where the pitch is located. You gotta see, kind of how they gotta see him on. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Um, oh wow, we're winning. Been a while. Yeah, yeah, salty. Feels good, doesn't it? Um, yeah, yeah. There's an art to hitting. I appreciate that. All right, come on, Gary. Watching you explode would be interesting. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, you'll probably see me explode one or two times on a video this off season. I think, based on how this season is gone, yeah, I think there's gonna be some. What the heck are you doing? If you're 10 years old and any coach tells you to get on top of it, tell them no. Yeah, don't ever tell them to get on top. Don't get on top of baseballs, Chad. It's so hard to unlearn how to get on top of a baseball. It's so much easier to learn how to, or sorry, yeah, to unlearn how to get on top of a baseball. It's so much easier to learn how to get on top of a baseball, right? You start kind of dead center under it. First of all, you're hitting tanks, which is cool. Second of all, it's easier to adjust that swing than it is to adjust. Garrett. Double play in order. Yeah, he wanted to make it interesting. That's what he's doing. I said we're getting out of here at 10:30. Not looking like it. Whitlock looks like crap. Yeah, he's just not locating right now. That's pretty impressive, Frank. That's the last time you were mad. Very impressive. All right, come on, Whitlock. Do me a favor, Whitlock, and just get out of it. Yeah, that's probably the list, Salty. Maybe add in a corner outfielder too, or pick up Tommy Pham again and re-sign Kike, or hope that Duran can improve. There we go, Whitlock. That's the pitch we're looking for. Come on. Whitlock never should have started. Hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's everyone's take. But at the same time, too, I don't think he should have started this year. I think he should have started next year. Clean slate. Get him working on the offseason. Say, hey, we're going to put you as a starter next season. Uh-oh. Come on, Kike. Okay. All right, it's all right. Hey, one run. One run didn't kill anybody. Yeah, you sound over it, Frank. No Red Sox fans over the Mookie Betts stuff. None of us. If Whitlock is bad, the world doesn't make sense. I have nothing to believe in. It was too early. He didn't have that many innings in. Yeah, if you had put Whitlock into the pen this year and had Whitlock out of the rotation next year, I think that would have made a lot more sense. Nah, salty. There's a lot going on with Durant mentally, man. He's got potential. He just needs to figure out his mental stuff, which happens. He trusts me. He's definitely worth a lot more than a bucket of baseballs. He had only a year left. What do you mean, Eric? All right, come on, Whitlock. Who had only 1 year left? Whitlock? No. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, but they gave him the extension. Oh, Mookie. I see. Yeah, no, the trade makes sense, but yeah, no, the reasons behind the trade makes total sense, Eric. I'm just talking about losing that pure talent in general. That's a tough one to get over. Yeah, buckle him. That a baby Whitlock. All right, beautiful. All right, chat. The headband stays off for another inning. Yeah, the Basketball Hall of Fame's cool. The Basketball Hall of Fame compared to the Cooperstown, the Basketball Hall of Fame is more of an attraction, in my opinion. Does that make sense? Like they've got all the different basketball hoops that you can shoot in. They got a whole section where you can like compare yourself to Shaq or like step in shoes. There's mini basketball competitions. There's always some sort of event, right? So to me, that's the Basketball Hall of Fame is very cool because it's like an attraction. Whereas Cooperstown is a museum. It's living, breathing history. So that to me is the main difference of Cooperstown. And in my opinion, Cooperstown is the greatest national Hall of Fame in any professional sport. But yeah, I like the Basketball Hall of Fame for sure. It's very interesting. I went and saw someone get inducted there. Me and my dad went. I was around for a lot. I mean, a lot of losing seasons, like most of the '90s. So 4 rings in 20 years. I have no reason to complain. Yeah, that's the view of some of the older Red Sox fans. Some of the older Red Sox fans are like, history's doomed to repeat itself. Eric, history's cool. Yeah, history is very cool. Yeah, that's why I like the. That's why I like the, you know, the National Baseball Hall of Fame because it feels like living, breathing history. That's what I like about it. Again, not that the base basketball Hall of Fame isn't cool. I think the Basketball Hall of Fame is very cool. I mean, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Excuse me. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is another really, really cool one. I love the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even though it's in Cleveland. Although I did not see, well, where's the Football Hall of Fame? Ohio, right? It's in Dayton, Ohio. Is that right? Canton, Ohio. Where's the Hockey Hall of Fame? It's on Ontario. That makes sense. Oh, it's in Toronto. That makes sense. Oof, we watched 3 in a row. Please don't make this four. Oh, Canada. I chat. My only gripe with this new mic stand is that it doesn't come out. Watch. It doesn't come out. It comes up, right? So I have to like do this. So this to me seems more annoying. Like I wish it just came straight out like this. Does that make sense? You have to adjust it this way. If I just kept it straight, right, it would look like this, which would make no sense. And that's been frustrating for me with this new mic stand. But I do love the mic. I think I sound much better. Did I just change this? Oh, no, we're good. Okay. Little behind the scenes there, chat. Works for Michael Waga. What works for Michael Waga? Sound tired? Yeah. I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow too to do the recap. But yeah, I was up early this morning. Did you see that? That kid got hit in the butt with a baseball. He's like 6'6". True. Yeah, maybe I should just be taller. Duh. Come on, Corbin, you idiot. I also ran out of water, Eric, like 3 or 4 innings ago. I'm just too lazy to go up and get water. I was way smarter at the beginning of this chat where I would bring in like 2 or 3 water bottles and put them in there. And I just totally forgot. I keep forgetting. Plecky's gonna go yard just to spite me. You want me to spoil it for you? He does not. He grounds out at third base. All right, come on, Tommy. Let's see something, huh? I want Tommy to put one out. I'd love a nice little Tom. Oh, why is there no one at the stadium? They're not losing by 12. Main man fam. I say we keep Tommy. Yeah, I wouldn't hate. I honestly think they traded him to keep him. I don't think they traded him as sort of a stopgap. I think they wanted him here next year, or they liked the options that he had on his contract because like they're technically in control of his contract as much as he is. So I think they like that. And we're like, all right, if he does well, we'll keep him. Gord, what? They're in Minnesota. Capable leadoff hitter. Yeah, he is so far. He's very good at making contact too. The price is right for fam. Yeah, I agree too. What's he making? It's like 7 mil? I think he's only making 7 million. Yeah. 7.5 million. Jock Peterson's only making $520,000. That makes no sense. Oh, from 2016. Yeah, you had me all confused there, Gord. Yeah, he is very tradable, I think. Yeah. Especially if he can yeah. If he performs this year and we want to get rid of him in the offseason, pick up the option, trade him away. I think we could do that. All right, give me a quick inning here, Whitlock. We should get Jock. Yeah, I actually wouldn't hate it. Jonathan's back. John's back. Welcome back, John. Yeah, Jock strikes out a ton, I think. Although I don't yeah, he had a really great stretch in what was that, July? Going in the All-Star break. Since then he's definitely cooled off a lot though. What's the score? It is 6-3. Can you guys not see that? I just want to make sure you guys can see that on your night thing. Okay, yeah, we're good. Guess who's back? Back again. Kidding me. Hold on, Chad. I'm just fumbling with this a little bit. I'm trying to figure this out. There we go. That looks much better. Okay. Yeah, 6-3 Red Sox, John. What do you think of Nesson this year? I don't know. I don't hate Nesson. I don't love Nesson either. I like Kevin Youkilis, although I think Kevin Youkilis tends to be a bit more um like moderate, right? He doesn't want to make an opinion one way or the other. And I don't love that. Like usually you should be, you should be this is the Red Sox, right? You're here to, like Eck. Eck does a great job of like loving these Red Sox players and like feeling for them. If they're bad, he'll say it. If they're good, they'll say, and Euclid doesn't really do that. I think Kevin Millar was a decent addition. I think he's got a little bit of work to do. I don't like Tony. Nothing against him. I just don't love his voice, and I don't think I don't love his voice, and for me personally, um, I don't. love when a non-baseball player's in the booth. Like if it's two non-baseball players, I don't love that. Um, if you're gonna make a baseball product and one of them is gonna be your play-by-play guy 100%, um, you need to have some sort of baseball player in there to give insight, to give stories, and that's the best part of some of those games, right? Especially this year when you're getting blown out. Some of the best parts of the games were Remy talking about stuff, Eck talking about stuff. I didn't get a ton of that this year. You see Gunner's performance. I saw he hit a home run. What else did he do? It is better than MLB extra innings. I don't think I've ever even watched it. Miss Remy, RIP. Yeah, we'll always miss Remy. Past few games have been bad games for the team. Yeah. John, are you new to Red Sox or have you been a Red Sox fan for a while? It's a pretty poor product of the stature for the stature of the team and market. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say pretty poor. I would say below average for what it should be. Millar never stops talking though. True. But you guys listen to me for the entirety of the game and I never stop talking either. Radio team's outstanding. Yeah, I love Will Fleming. I wish Will Fleming get a shot at the booth, the Nesson booth. I think it'd be fun. Better than Apple TV. Yeah, Apple TV. Oh my god. I'm okay. That's where I'm stopping, chat. I'm gonna go grab some water really quick because I'm dying. Give me a second. I'll be right back. There we go, chat. I got water. Sorry. I was so thirsty. That was probably annoying to listen to. Sorry about that. Back for Whitlock. Oh no, I did not. Look at how I set up my cup. That's the handle. That's the spout. What am I doing? Where were we? Better than Apple TV. Yeah, I the Apple TV broadcast was so miserable. I didn't watch the game. That's how miserable it was. Because it made me so mad just looking at it with the visuals and stuff, even when it was off. I just didn't watch the game. I was so mad about it. Oh, no way it hit. That just hit Whitlock. I think it missed him, right? I think that missed Whitlock. Okay, we're good. Oh, that's awesome, John. You are in good hands now. I like that. You're brand new to the game. You'll fall in love with baseball. You will. Baseball's a beautiful game to get into. You got into it at kind of a tough season, though. Not gonna lie to you, it's not usually like this, John. I promise. Usually a little better than this. O'Brien's a little boring to me. Don Arcilla is more upbeat. Yeah, for 100%. Don't know why he was like, I was broadcasting from the bathroom. No, I was getting water. Then my cat tried to get in, but she climbs all over the jersey, so can't have that. Break's gonna cost you. I get a 15-second break or 15-minute break. O'Brien is really flat most of the time. Yeah, I agree. O'Brien is a great like national baseball broadcaster. He's not a great hometown broadcaster. That's the problem. That big Whitlock. That is the main problem. Yeah, they mispronounced Arroyo on Apple TV. They thought Evaldi was pitching at one point. They thought Arroyo was in right field when Verdugo was in right field. It's like, oh my god, if you're gonna do this kind of stuff, like I kind of get what they're going for, a more relaxed feel of the game. And you put the analytics out there. You don't have to go deep into details. It just, but at least do it right. All right, Whitlock, one more. Come on, baby. Till Chris Sale rides a bike. NASCAR, interesting. I prefer baseball. What time do you guys? What time do these games air for you guys? Time is it over there? Right? Like, are you watching the game right now, John? I hate the odds of a hit on Apple TV. Yeah, that's terrible. Your first game was Boston versus Rays. Was it the game we won? Hopefully, or a game we won. Was it the Rich Hill game where he struck out 11? That would have been a good game to start with. It was that game. That's a great game to start with. All right, what is going on with Garrett Whitlock, man? They're torching him. Ah, chat. I think it's about that time. About that time. I didn't think we were gonna need it tonight, chat. Bring in the Yankees yes announcers. I don't. Yeah, those guys are very hometown. It's time, chat. It is time. There we go. Look at the B going. Perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chad. I think I look better in the other headband, but this is the Verdugo headband you guys wanted. Here we are. I don't hate it. I don't like how low it goes though. Actually, hold on. Let's do that. It's a little bit better. You know what? I'm redoing this. Hold on, Chad. We need to figure out a good way to do this. Actually, I don't think I put this. I put this on once. There we go. We'll do that. Do that. Scrunch it up a little bit. There we go. That looks better, Chad. There we go. This is our headband, Chad. Our rally headband officially has been announced. What I missed? What we were going. I do like Dave O'Brien's voice. You're right. He's got a good voice. Without getting used up because of the bullpen lacks major league talent. Maybe, yeah. What? Yeah, you guys voted on this. You guys voted on this headband. I'm wearing it. He usually gets 8 and 9, so maybe just knowing he has more. Oh yeah, that's true, Ethan. That definitely has something to do with it. Come on, this doesn't look bad. I like this headband. You guys really don't like this headband? I'll get a different one, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Jeez, John, that's super early. My lord. So do you try? So you're gonna try and stay up and do 12 to 3:30 in the morning? That's crazy. Raise your time in one swing and we lose, so we can go to bed. Looks good. All right. I'm glad someone at least thinks. Oh no, a couple people think. Didn't you say something about Whitlock lowering his velo and delivery on purpose? Yeah. So what he did when he became a starter is he tried to elongate. Um, he tried to elongate his arm quicker than he would have wanted to. Um, so that's why his velo was down. Yes. But as he gets back in the pen, he doesn't have to do that. So there's a lot of reasons why it should be back up. Although I think his velo was sitting 96, right? Tonight, 96. That's usually what he does. I think he reached what, 97, 98, like one or two times. Score is in the top. It's in this corner. Am I wrong? No, yeah. It's in this corner right here. Should be able to see it, top cat. I think it, yeah, 6-3. Or is it 6-4? I must have missed this, Chad. I'm watching Verdugo chase this down. It's 6-5. What did I miss? All I was putting on the headband? Maybe this headband's terrible luck. Oh God. He punched Devers in the face. I missed two runs while I was just putting on my headband. Oh man, here we go, Chad. Your cousin from Boston. Your cousin from Boston. That's what I've been saying. Headband equals cursed. No. It's a new headband. It's new voodoo. Come on now. You know what? They didn't score 3 runs while I had the headband on. It's in the closet for after the game, Eric. Bases loaded double. Yeah, Nate, I just said the same thing. I just said the same thing. Think that angers the baseball guards. I didn't buy this. Well, I did buy it, but it came naturally, I think. You got to get better pitchers. I would agree with that statement, yeah. Man, I can't believe I missed a bases loaded double. Maybe Devers can come out of a slump right here for us, huh? What do you think, chat? Well, it's not a good start. It's all right. So I give you 3 strikes. I need to get something that's like that makes the desk less loud. 'Cause the second I touch anything, like it's loud. Might have to try and get something for that, chat. Wasn't a bases loaded double. It was a runner on first and third double. And he got thrown out at third. Okay, still 2 runs scored. Either way, I missed it. I had no idea. Looks like everyone shut off their TV at the same time. I should do the same thing, Wolf. No. Devers, dude, come on. I'm not even using OBS, to be honest with you, Mystic. I'm just using my stream, my Video recording setup. Gordon's been pretty good this year in general, I think, a little bit. He's had some ups and downs, but he's been fairly decent. How many runs do they have to score for you to feel comfortable? 9, 10. Even then, I don't know. All right, headband. Come on. There we go. Let's go. Look at JD Martinez with the wheels. See that chat? Headband. 4,000. I don't know. Even then, you could afford to put Brazier in for a couple innings, then, huh? Jesus, speed. So he's the fastest man alive. Barry Allen steals us a bag. Imagine JD steals a bag. I would love that. JD LaCastro. Yeah, I agree with that, Frank. Get him off his feet. You know, get Arroyo back in here for a little bit. I don't hate that at all. Oh, Story, what are we doing? A little cookie down the middle. Is Story 2 for 3 or 2 for 4? Let's see. 2 for 4. 231. Average is slowly climbing up. I think if Story ends this season with 20 home runs, 75 RBIs, and hits 250, I don't think that's a failure by any means. What do you think, Chap? If that's his stat line, 250, he hits 25 home runs and he gets 70 RBIs. What are we thinking? 75 RBIs. I don't think that's a bad year at all. JD definitely getting the sign with 2 out. They would never expect it. Plus, it's Gary Sanchez. There we go. Get a little piece of it. That's going to get down. JD, buddy, you just beat out an infield single. What are we doing? Take that turn. Be daring. But shout out T Story for that one. That was pretty good. See, this is what I'm saying. Trevor Story's at his best when he is hitting the ball the other way. 99. Split a gap. The story of a rip in his pants? He, in fact, does, sir. We put a Royal in there, he might get hurt. I think we just talked about that, yeah. The context of the season is a great success. That's my thoughts, too. It's crazy to me that I think a fully healthy JD is gassed. JD is gassed. JD needs a break. Yeah, JD and Kevin Blaggy don't score in that. Everyone else on the team does. Yeah. And Story deserved that RBI. That ball was stung. Ball was absolutely stung. True, Eric. Arroyo's a bench runner would have scored for sure. Oh no, that's Hernandez. Okay. JD needs oxygen. Yeah. Is this Story's first year as a Red Sox player? Yep. He was signed during the offseason this year. He's gonna be on the Red Sox for 6 years. Go, JD. Oh, that would have been funny. Why'd they not pinch run for JD? I don't know. Maybe because they saw JD beat out that single and they were like, pinch runner. We don't need a pinch runner. Look at that. Look at him. Come on, JD. You gotta take a chance here. Didn't take a chance last time. Let's take a chance this time. I am speed. Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, Matty Backpacks is coming out for the close. What do you think about that, Chad? Ooh, I don't know if I like that one. I mean, who else are they gonna throw though? They're trying to give Schreiber some days off. Whitlock's already gone. Did we use Strom? I don't think we ended up using Strom. Give me Strom. Oh, Kike. Chad, did you guys see the video? Actually, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Did you see the video of the guy who was asked who the most attractive player on the Red Sox was, and he couldn't answer because he thought that was a bad question? You see that? He's like, I'm not into guys, bro. Come on. If we lose, wash the headband. True. Yeah, that's what we'll do, Chad. Well, if I lose, we'll just wash the headband. No, it was a guy. It was a guy on TikTok. He got like asked, like, have you guys ever seen? I don't know how many of you guys have TikTok, but if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's a guy who interviews. He just interviews random people like out on the streets in front of the Red Sox, in front of just regular baseball games. He was at Philly Park, and he goes up to this guy, and he's like, he's got the mic like this. And he's like, "Who's the most attractive player in the Red Sox?" And he hands this guy the mic, right? And the guy's like, "We talking about? Like, I don't like, that's don't uh, I don't like guys. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't find a guy. Like realistically, right? Everyone has their most attractive Red Sox player. Everyone. Xander. Who's the most attractive player in the Red Sox, Chad? The most handsome guy in the Red Sox. But that's just such a dumb way to answer a question. It's not like the guy was asking you, like, you know what I mean? Devers. Kike. Yeah, Kike's a good one. The Red Sox have a good looking team, man. The Red Sox have a good looking team. Yeah, Xander, Fam. That was a decent one. You got Kike, you got Xander, um, Evaldi, JD, little handsome fellow. Story, forgot about Story. Duran when he was on the team. Who on the team is just ugly? Yeah, ducking ugly. um, I don't think anyone on the team's like ugly. Reese McGuire. Matty Backpack's a decent looking dude. Just like it was just a weird like. Why do you answer your question like that? Like clearly he's not asking you to go up to them and ask them on a date. How could be up there too. Backpacks. Matty Barnes isn't exactly a terrible looking dude. We got a decent looking ball club, chat. You look good, you play better. I would agree with that, Wolf. That's a good way to put it, though. True, Frank. You think they should have more two-way players? Being a two-way player is quite literally the hardest thing to do in all of sports. We're not going to see many more of them. I bet we see a couple more. We're not going to see many more of them, though. Otani's a unicorn. To do it as successfully as Otani does is otherworldly. Barnes is just Evaldi more lengthy. Yeah, Barnes has like a longer face, and then Evaldi's kind of smushed up, and JD's just kind of wider. I agree. We're trying over here, Dirt. The headband is on. The vibes are high, chat. There's not much more we can do. I would say let's get some emojis going in the chat, but we're gonna save that for games that truly matter. So probably next season. Variants the same video game character. Yeah. It's like when they give you like the like base head in MLB Show, and you can kind of move around the cheekbones and stuff. That's what the three of them are. Otani's in talks for AL Cy Young and AL MVP. Yeah, it's crazy. If he wins Cy Young, he should pretty much automatically win MVP. Dwight Evans was a good player too. Is he still around? Dwight Evans is alive. Yeah, he's not playing or anything. Top cat. That was a good pitch. He played in the 80s, right? Yeah, Dewey. Yeah. The only thing we can do is sign up, climb the ranks, and become starters and rotation guys. What are you talking about? That's just derp. Come on, dude. I understand you're a Cleveland fan, but if you're telling me Steven Kwan deserves it over Julio Rodriguez, you're nuts. Steven Kwan does not deserve the rookie of the year over Julio Rodriguez, dude. Bill Buckner for defensive coach. Home runs win. I'm not saying just based off of home runs. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I see. I see, Nate. I see. I'm not saying just because Steven Kwan doesn't hit home runs doesn't deserve to be rookie of the year, but what Julio's done in for a rookie in Julio Rodriguez, no, it's not. Julio Rodriguez will be in MLB MVP voting this year. It'll be 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, probably, but yeah, no. Dwight Evans, yeah. Dwight Evans is still alive, top cat, yeah. I'm not saying Steven Kwan's a bad player at all. I think he's going to be a great player. You know, a great contact leadoff guy is perfect. We would love a Steven Kwan on this team, 100%. But I'm saying if you're talking about the rookie of the year, it's Julio Rodriguez by a mile. Steven Kwan's definitely probably top three, right? Who else would be for AL? Who else would it be? I don't think Adley can count. Or yeah, he does count, but I don't think he'll be. Well, maybe Adley. Um, Quan, yeah, it'd probably be Julio Quan, Pena maybe. Pena's falling off a little bit though. Julio made the All Star game in the home run derby because he did well. Okay. If this game wasn't so close right now, I would stat you to death with why Julio deserves the home run or deserves the rookie of the year. But we will do that another time, Derp. But for right now, yeah, no. Julio Rodriguez is a very clear rookie of the year, unless he breaks his wrist and Steven Kwan hits 400 for the rest of the year. I know. I wish I did, Eric. Please, please don't do this. Please don't do this, Barnes. Please don't do this, buddy. Kwan has been more consistent at what? Getting on base. Okay, Julio Rodriguez has the most steals in baseball, the most home runs of a rookie. Definitely a much higher weighted runs created plus. Definitely a much higher OPS. Definitely a much of a higher WAR. Right? If you're gonna say he's only gonna win because of home runs, and then make the argument that Quan should only win because he has a better average, right? That doesn't make any sense. Come on. Don't do this to me. It's the first night with the headband, Barnes. Do I ditch the headband, chat? I don't know what to do. We'll see what happens this first pitch. I love the headband. Okay, yeah. Headband's coming off. All right, where are we doing this? We're doing it. We're taking it off, taking it off, taking it off, taking it off. We'll try again. We'll try again next week, chat, with the headband. We'll try again next week. Man, I just spent money on this headband, chat. All right, that a baby backpacks. That's what we need. All right, Barnes. Let's just get a nice little double play here and then strike him out, huh? What do we say, kid? Or you know what? Let's strike this guy out and then get a double play. A little bit easier, a little less pressure. Ugh. Good night, guys. Good night, Frank. Good night, Gord. All right. Hey, doesn't mean it's over, chat. Does not mean it's over yet. No one scored yet, chat. Barnes hit the goddamn strike zone. Thank you. All right. All right, chat. See? Just one out. All right. Now we just do this one at a time now. Come on. Barnesy. All right, we're going Strom. Strom. Maddie Strom coming in. Here we go. 3 automatic walks in bedtime. Oh, nope. We're letting him pitch? Oh, that's right. Does he have to get through 3 batters? What's going on here? What just happened? Chad, I don't have the volume on. What just happened? I'm listening. I'm plugging in, chat. Oh, boy. Was it your fault, Rodrigo? He's in to face Correa, I think. Which I don't know if I love. All right, that was some gas. All right, let's see. Come on, baby. Ground ball, please. Yes, come on. 1. Let's go. Yes. All right, chat. What'd I say? What'd I say? The headband lives on. I told you guys not to doubt the headband. Don't doubt the headband. It works. Come on now. But a beautiful game all in all, chat. Oh, true. Rodrigo, you were also part of the good luck here. All right. All right, chat. That could have gone a lot worse. That could have gone a lot better, but that could have gone a lot worse. I will take backpacks, fumbling the bag, and then picking it back up again. You think it got better once I got off? Maybe. I'm still believe we're gonna give the headband one more chance, chat. We're gonna give the headband one more chance. Tomorrow's gonna be an interesting day, chat. I might not do a recap video on this series just because, to be honest with you, it wasn't a very important series. We all kind of saw what happened in the series. I might wait and make a video on the people who get called up. So we'll wait on that, I think, is what we're gonna do. But anyways, chat, we were alive on this channel for 3 hours and 30 minutes. For those of you who stuck around for the entire time, thank you all very much. For those of you who showed up, came in, came out, thank you all very much. At the end of the day, I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys did too. If you haven't yet, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Appreciate both of those. Thank you guys all very much for stopping by this entire time, and I will see you all in the red seats.